Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service. Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The year-end holiday tag event at Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. All vehicles are tagged with one low price. New bonus tagged 18 Ford F-150s up to $14,000 off MSRP. Your choice. Up to $8,500 off MSRP. New 18 Ford Explorer and new 18 Ford Edge. Year-end tag event in Indianola, including thousands under retail value on Schottenkirk certified pre-owned vehicles. Hurry in for best selection. Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com. During the year-end holiday tag event at Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want
For the ultimate one-of-a-kind game day experience, make a stop at The Other Place. The game is on and drinks are cold with game day specials for every fan. Serving Iowa's best pizza since 1970, it's the place for the whole family. With a mouth-watering menu and state-of-the-art audio-video system, make the OP one of the most exciting destinations for sporting events viewing. The Other Place, American Sports Grill and Pizzeria. Join in on this Iowa tradition, serving the Midwest since 1970.
10 seconds.
Casino and Resort Studios. This is 1460 KXNO, Des Moines Sports Station. KKGM HD2, KXNO Des Moines.
Good evening and welcome to Dowling Catholic High School. Getting ready for tonight's tip-off Tuesday night of basketball action. It's the Dowling Catholic girls hosting the Hoover Huskies. Trent Condon here alongside Andy Pollock as we bring you play-by-play. A matchup, game number 2 for both these squads coming off of winter break. Two teams looking to round into form with regional play right around the corner on the girls' side and sub-state play on the boys' side of things. Andy, looking forward to it tonight. Dowling Catholic at home. And, of course, when you talk about Dowling Catholic on the girls' side, you start with their outstanding guard, Caitlin Clark.
Absolutely. Caitlin Clark, a national level recruit in women's basketball. Basically, she's punched her ticket. Can go about wherever she'll want to go in the future. But she's just a junior. She's got another season left. 28 points a game, and what makes her so special is she's a matchup nightmare wherever she is on the court. She can put the ball up from 10 feet behind the three-point line, or she can post up on you at 5 foot, at 5 foot 11 inches, long arms. She's able to make her moves around the basket. Just a matchup nightmare. Really tough for anybody on defense. She can, if you try to cover her with a post player, she can go around them. You try to cover them with a guard. She's taller than all the guards in the league. So just Caitlin Clark, really special player. Dare I say, a once-in-a-lifetime type player for Dowling.
You know, when you look at Clark and what she's put together this season, I saw one of her performances a year ago out at Waukee, and during that matchup, she was able to lead the team in a big comeback against Waukee. She was incredible in that game. So many different dimensions to her game. Now, she gets a lot of shots. She'll get a lot of different looks, a lot of different ways. You got to find different things to match up with her, try to make it uncomfortable. And when you make things uncomfortable, it's really pressing up on her, making her just physically get out of her game. Seems to be about the only way you can get the people going.
And really, that's about the only time I've seen that this year is when Centennial was really able to force her into some shots that maybe she was uncomfortable taking. You borrow the term that you used earlier. The challenge for Dowling right now is as we work towards the release of the seedings that come out. I don't know if it's towards the end of the month. The pairings, the brackets let out by the union. As they work towards those pairings at the end of January, early February, when those come out, is they need to find a second scorer. They need to find that second threat if they really want to make some noise. I hesitate to call Dowling the best 6-4 team in the state right now because, quite honestly, around here everybody's got multiple losses, and there's a lot of really good basketball teams on the girls' side being played in Central Iowa.
7 of the top 13 teams in the latest rankings from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union come from the CIML. Johnston ranked number 2 in the final rankings before winter break. Southeast Hope is ranked 4th. Waukee at 5. West Des Moines Valley number 6. These Dowling Catholic Maroons number 9. Centennial at 12. And Ames at 13. It shows you, and we see this a lot, where by the time we get to the state tournament, you'll see teams 5, 6, 7 losses on the year. But it just shows you the depth of this conference. And night in, night out, you have to be ready to play or you're going to take an L.
And you'll see a couple of those teams with 5, 6, 7 losses, but not pretty much every one of them, like we're going to find out this year when we get down there. In fact, I'm pretty sure every team's got somewhere between 2 and 3 losses already, correct? Right now in the CIML. So with all those teams in that vicinity, and we've seen you can't really predict anything. Night in, night out, it's somebody different each time.
So, Andy, on the second matchup here this evening, it'll be the boys' side of things. A matchup that I think on paper is going to be at least a closer matchup than when we anticipate in game number 1. When you look over at the boys' side of things, we were up in Ankeny on Friday night calling Centennial Johnston. During that time, though, Dowling Catholic, who had got off to a slow start on the boys' side of things, they went out and upset Ankeny, a top-ranked team in this state, ranked in the top 10. They've been out to an outstanding start. Certainly Mike O'Connor has to be happy with the direction his team took right out of the break.
Yeah, when I talked to him earlier today, the term he used is work in progress, and I think that's how you have to look at things right now. A late start, a lot of multi-sport athletes, a lot of guys that were part of the state championship football run. So those multi-sport athletes playing, you got to figure out a way to work them back into football. And I know the one thing that Coach O'Connor does not want to do is wear his guys out. So it's not like drinking from the fire hose as soon as they come in to start the season. He wants to work them back into it, and he gave him, again, a good chunk of time off over Christmas break, because a lot of those guys had not had a break from basically August on, from the 1st of August or even end of July on. So he gave those guys a little breather, let them get their legs back under them, and yeah, they played very well against Ankeny. Ankeny ranked number 2 at the time when Dowling beat them on Friday night.
On the other side, it'll be the Hoover Huskies. Courtney Henderson, again, has an outstanding squad defensively. A little bit younger than they've been in the past, playing a couple of sophomores in some high-level roles, including Manny Austin. Really looking forward to seeing him tonight, but there's also names that have been with that Hoover Husky program for a while. Adam Jackson, Hosea Treadwell, Kenny Quinn, the point guard. Guys that have been part of that Hoover program for a long, long time. Good to see them out there again, but when I talked to Coach Henderson earlier today, he mentioned we're looking to play a little bit quicker than maybe we have in the past.
And they have not been a quick team. I should say they've been a quick team, but they don't play an up-tempo offense. They're very, very disciplined on what they do defensively. You can talk to all the coaches in the league, and that's one of the first things they talk about when they talk about Coach Henderson's Husky squad. Very guard-oriented. That's going to be the key tonight in that game is, can they beat Dowling in transition? Can they get up and down the court? Maybe turn into a 5-on-4, 5-on-3 type game and really turn that in. Not necessarily the whole game is an up-and-down type game, but I think if they can take advantage of some of their quickness, and they don't have that inside post presence that some of the other teams in the league have. Take advantage of some of that quickness, get up and down the court, and maybe get a couple key baskets in transition.
Game number 1 here, the girls' side, Dowling Catholic and Des Moines Hoover. Tip-off Tuesday on 1460 KXNO. Trent Condon and Andy Pollack here with you. We're going to take a timeout. You can also find the video streaming at CISN.tv. You can also find the link at KXNO.com. Listen to us while we're bringing you the broadcast and watch the video feed with CISN TV. When we come back on the other side, we'll get ready for game 1 of our doubleheader. We'll take a look at the Hoover Huskies and the Dowling Catholic Maroons on the girls' side as we continue. It's a tip-off Tuesday on 1460 KXNO.
It takes more than a great price and great selection to continue to grow every year. We believe the reason is our core values. Hard work, we work hard for you. Integrity, it's not optional, it's required. We build trusting relationships and don't run when the problems arise. We're always improving the customer experience. It's been the Schottenkirk way for over 50 years. Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Waukee, and the all-new Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. It takes more than a great price and great selection to continue to grow every year. We believe the reason is our core values. Hard work, we work hard for you. Integrity, it's not optional, it's required. We build trusting relationships and don't run when the problems arise. We're always improving the customer experience. It's been the Schottenkirk way for over 50 years. Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Waukee, and the all-new Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service. Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. and that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health. Every month or so, there's
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields. Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Troy Condon, Andy Pollock back with you in Dowling Catholic High School as the Maroons get ready to face off against the Hoover Huskies. Our tip-off Tuesday. Game of the week, game one on the girls' side. Tip-off just about a minute away. We talked a little bit about Caitlin Clark at the top here, Andy. When you go through and you look at this matchup this evening, Hoover comes in at 2-10. Certainly substantial underdogs in this matchup. What's the coaching staff in a game like this where matchup doesn't look your way? What are you looking to do if you're the Hoover side? All right, well, we are working through a few technical difficulties. We'll try to get everything squared away on that avenue as we get ready for tip-off here, just moments away with the Huskies and their matchup as they're going up against the Dowling Catholic Maroons. We'll take a quick timeout, come back on the other side before as we continue with high school basketball. Tip-off Tuesday on 1460 KXNO.
This year, it's our year. No. This year? The year we win it all. This is the year the flag flies. For wins, for big titles. This is the year you fly the colors of your favorite team.
These colors mean everything.
And you'll find those colors at Heartland Flagpoles and Flags. The largest selection of team flags anywhere. Football, basketball, hockey, NASCAR, and more. Shop 3719 Southwest 9th Des Moines or heartlandflags.com.
Thinking about selling your home soon? Listen up, as this will save you big money. Charterhouse Real Estate is a full-service real estate firm that has eliminated the typical 6 or 7% commission structure that you were used to. We charge sellers $24.95 plus 3%. We know, math stinks, so think about it like this. If you were selling a $200,000 house, you would save roughly $3,500 with us versus a 6% commission. If your home is $400,000, the savings would be $9,500. The best part, you get the savings while still getting all the service. Professional photography, a short 3-month contract, social media marketing, sign and lockbox, all major real estate websites, and of course, your home will be on the MLS as well. Get it all and save money. We like the sound of that. Learn more at charterhouseiowa.com or search for us on Google. And while you're there, make sure to check out our hundreds of 5-star reviews. That's charterhouseiowa.com.
Absolute Insurance Agency provides comprehensive insurance coverage solutions for your home and auto. Absolute Insurance understands that both price and coverage are important, and that's why they strive to find the best company to suit your needs with the most affordable premiums and coverage you require. As an independent agent, Absolute Insurance Agency works with multiple top-rated insurance companies, providing the best pricing, policy options, and coverage for you, the customer. Better coverage, better rates. Absolutely. At Absolute Insurance Agency in Clive and Ames.
Drop calls, poor coverage, bill too high, need a new phone or wanting the latest model, but the thought of changing cell phone carriers makes you want to cringe. Switching can be a nightmare, but not with Cellular Advantage, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1993. We've made it our mission to change all that. At Cellular Advantage, we make switching simple, easy, and quick with 3 simple steps, exceptional service, and new total plans with unlimited data. For more details and to find the Cellular Advantage U.S. Cellular location nearest you, go to celladvantage.com.
This is firefighter Raphael Poirier from Firehouse Subs, where the subs are hot, hearty, and extraordinary. Try the hook and ladder with smoked turkey breast Virginia.
Back at Dowling Catholic High School, Trent Cotton and Andy Pollock with you. We're ready for tip-off on the girls' side, game 1 of 2. Our doubleheader live video streaming also with CISN and CSN.TV is where you can find things there. Well, Andy, as we get ready for the matchup here this evening, game number 2 coming back from break, and certainly a chance for both these teams to make a big jump here in the second half of the year.
Yeah, I think the key to tonight for both these teams is look for improvement in the smallest ways possible. Hoover, they showed the emphasis is going to be tonight. It's going to find a way to manufacture a couple more 2 points. On the Dowling perspective, I know they really want to clamp things down on defense. They really want to figure out a way to slow teams down quite a bit more than what they have.
All right, the tip-off and tipped out of bounds. It will point the way of the Maroons, and they'll get the opening possession here as they work right to left across your radio dial. Dowling Catholic wearing the home white uniforms with the maroon numbers and the black trim. The Hoover Huskies wearing their traveling black uniforms. They show a 2-3 zone defense here to kick things off. Left side, look, there's Caitlin Clark. She'll fire up a 3 and hit
3-point basket, Caitlin Clark.
With the 3-quarters, quick 3-0 lead, 20 seconds into the ball game. This Hoover comes back the other way. Arnell Dean, leading scorer for the Huskies with the dribble. We got steps and a walk. We'll give it back to the Maroons. Travel against Turner.
She's got her legs moving a little bit quicker than usual.
Nobody picks up Clark, wide open 3, back rim, no good. Fight for the rebound, down with it is Hoover. Be a foul on the reach as Dijah Bates got the
foul number 23, Emma Gimble, her first team foul.
Team foul number 1 against the Maroons. That one whistled against Emma.
Those sitting on the front row in the Dowling Catholic bleachers. Thank you, students.
Shot at the hoop. Work against a lady-to-lady defense. dribble. That's Bates, looks back to the top of the key. Dean on the drive, too strong. Ball tipped back, long rebound, and an offensive rebound for Dean and the Huskies. Going outside, resetting the offense up front. There's Bates. And all the way back now near the midcourt stripe is Dean. Dean on the drive again, gets through the lane, got bumped, and she'll get a couple of free throws. All right, with Dean. Good, strong driving. Handled the ball well out there against
Number Gimple, her second, team second. 2 shots, L'Oreal Dean.
Get the ball up off the glass at least, not quite able to finish.
6:37 to go, and she goes for the free throw.
L'Oreal Dean at the line.
This is the first of the season. Dean shooting 57.4%. Leads the team with 27 made free throws, but 0 for 2 this time. Down ranks 3-0 Dowling Catholic. 90 seconds gone by. Clark into the front court. It's the right side for McVeigh. McVeigh pulls a dribble up front, left side baseline drive. Cut off, good work there defensively by Dean for Hoover. Dowling Catholic working with that lead. Here's Clark in the lane, rolls it in, gets the front.
Good goal, Caitlin Clark.
And another bucket for Caitlin Clark. She's got 5.
That's the way to attack that 2-3 zone. She's done it both ways so far. She was in the edge and driving into the lane and really force that defense to commit.
Gets a pass up top, looking for a little bit of help, and shuffling of the feet, a turnover against Turner will give it right back to the Maroons.
Defense came up and surrounded her. She pivoted around for a little while, looking for an open lady to throw it to, and then eventually switched pivot feet, bring the ball over to the Maroons.
2 minutes gone by, 5-0 Dowling Catholic with the lead. Girls basketball game 1. Here's Clark on the drive, too strong. Offensive rebound though for the Maroons. They'll reset with McVeigh. She'll fire up a 3, and it gets stuck between the rim and the backboard.
Andy, in there, that's in there really good right now. That ball looks halfway deflated the way it's wedged.
Caitlin Clark went up, tried to knock it down. She couldn't get up to it. Andy, they might need you to go down there.
They're saying that the referee, they even got a ball out there. They're saying they are not getting that ball out of there. It was wedged in there.
Nothing our score. Dowling Catholic with the lead. 5:45 to play. Half-court pressure being applied now by the Maroons. They drive inside. Matt lost it. Got control again. Pops it back. An open jumper from 16.
L'Oreal Dean
with the bucket, and the Huskies are on the scoreboard 5-2.
Yeah, that's a couple of actually really good looks and 3 possessions for L'Oreal Dean. Dowling's on-ball defense giving up a lot of penetration.
Nice screen, back into the corner, open 3 on the way, rattles out, no good, but an offensive rebound for the Maroons. They'll reset with Kobe. Top, here's a dribble from Grace Barber. Barber now on the drive. McVeigh, here's an open 3 for her. Front iron, no, but Caitlin Clark with the offensive rebound off the window and in.
Rebound basket, Caitlin Clark.
Right now, there's so much height, and they're rebounding the ball very well underneath. That's a point of emphasis for them tonight.
49 left to play first quarter, 7-2, Dowling Catholic with the lead over Hoover. All tips stored away. Here comes Gipple for the Maroons. Gipple takes it all by herself, can't get the bucket, but she was fouled. A couple of free throws upcoming for the
Foul number 22, L'Oreal Dean. Shooting 2, Emma Gipple.
Step behind, if she can get herself in position right before that, she's got a good chance to not have a foul there. Just running alongside her the whole time.
First foul against Dean, the leading scorer for Hoover. Gipple steps to the line, 69%.
9 Tom, Margaret Tobias.
Get one more.
13 Brown Rodriguez. 15 Meg Simplot for the Maroons. Party in for the Huskies, now in for the Maroons, 33, Allie Hitler.
Dowling over the course of the next month is figure out how deep can they go and still continue to compete in the CIML.
9-2 lead with 5 new Maroons on the floor. 4.5 minutes clock in as Hoover works with the basketball. On the left side, here's Matt. On the dribble. There's pressure. She decides to go baseline. Had a block. Good defense by Brianna Rodriguez. Back to the basketball. A jump ball. And the alternating possession arrow points the way of the Maroons.
Shaka almost, was one of those situations where it almost looked like she was getting a frustration foul after the shot and was able to get her hands in there. She calls a tie-up.
Number 10 is ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Rodriguez, and go right back to Hoover.
Real sloppy game so far on this end. But Dowling just kind of out of sorts offensively.
This boots the point for Hoover across the timeline halfway through the first quarter. Trailing 9-2, she'll throw up a lefty runner, no good. And the rebound secured by Dowling Catholic, looking to push up. Working the pace into the corner, gets a double team, had it stolen away. Shaka with the steal for Hoover. She'll bring it across. Julia Shaka, averaging 3.3 points per game. Gets a little give and go, can't get the bucket, but a foul. And 2 free throws coming for Julia Shaka, fourth leading scorer.
Foul number 5, Margaret Tobias, for his first team's third.
Defensively there as well.
Julia Shaka shoots 2.
Really extending things out to deny the ball on the perimeter to Hoover.
9-2 our score here, 3:30 to play in the first quarter with Shaka at the free throw line. That foul whistled against Margaret Tobias. Second free throw rolls home. For the Huskies, 9-3. Quickly the other way, Tom. Great position inside, finishes with the bucket.
Yeah, she's a great asset. She's able to beat everybody down the court. Great look to get the ball to her ahead of the defense after the made bucket.
Comes out Tom, averaging 5 points per game. There's a 3 just off the mark, tipped back, and rebounded by Dowling Catholic. And they look to push.
Another good hit.
Open 3-pointer, that's Rodriguez, front iron. No offensive rebound again, though, for Dowling. Tipped out of bounds, it'll stay with the Maroons.
Simplot's been in there and they've got a few players keeping balls alive, both on the defensive and offensive end.
3:06 first quarter. 11-3 lead for Dowling. They work with the basketball underneath their own bucket. Here's an open 3, back rim no. Rodriguez had the rebound and then spins out of the lane and resets. Nice pass cross court, but left it short, tipped out of bounds. Hittner had a good look there. He was maybe surprised how open she was.
Yeah, it's a great look against a 2-3 zone defense. You're going from corner down the block, opposite corner of the block, and it's a pass that always looks like it's going to be there. If you can get it through there, very tough on the defense.
2:45 clock in. Hoover with the basketball. We're going to get a foul in the post. Looking underneath for Shaka.
A loose ball situation. The ball's out there, a lot of hands grabbing for it. Shaka was the first one to get it, and everybody else got it.
First foul against Hittner, and team foul number 4 already against the Maroons. Second time up here in the first quarter. 2.5 minutes to play. Hoover works with the basketball in an 8-point deficit. Athletics to the left side. Drive, step back, hold by Carter. Missed shot, and go back to Hoover. Staying late in this game, 11-5.
Dowling not getting any shot right now, except for that very first shot. But 8 or 9 since that point. It's not finding a way to try to look for a little better shot.
Open 3-pointer, that one left short. Offensive rebound, Shaka. She goes up strong. Gets another offensive rebound against 4 Maroons. Finally has it tipped away. Here comes Dowling Catholic. Quickly the other way into the front court. 3-pointer, no good, but a foul. It'll be 3 free throws coming up for the Maroons. Tobias.
Foul number 30, for his first team second. 3 shots, Margaret Tobias.
Dowling, everybody gets down there as the defense is getting set up. Tobias finds herself open on the top edge.
This free throw finds the mark for Tobias. He's been strong this year, just 2 of 9 from the charity stripe. Second free throw, no good. 1 out of 2. Substitutions coming in.
Number 41, Jesse Sarkar, number 11, Caitlin Clark in for the Maroons.
Clark also comes back in.
I'm not sure that. Oh, she's ready to check in. I see down there.
Now, Clayton Clark in for the Maroons.
He announced it.
Old Denny got me. So Clark back in after the 2 out of 3 free throws for Tobias, 13-5. Dowling Catholic extending their lead. 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Hoover and Dowling. On the right side is Dean, crossover dribble. She got bumped, it'll be a foul. We'll see if they got the reach or the bump. That'll be the 15th foul against the Bruins.
Foul number 21, Nia Tom, her first, team's fifth.
With her first.
And they brought her in, and she's drawn the assignment on covering Dean out there.
Here's Clark on the steal. All alone, left-handed layup. Caitlin Clark, she's got 9, and it's a 10-point lead for Dowling Catholic, 15-5 in the first quarter.
I just thought she might try to slam that one home after a couple warm-ups trying to knock the wedge ball out of the rim earlier.
It's a drive, that one tipped in, it'll stay on the Hoover end. Good drive from Shanka, just not able to finish.
Jesse Sarcone slid over from the other side on the help defense, able to knock it loose and out of bounds.
It's a minute 8 underneath the old bucket for Hoover. Hoover to work again. From the right wing, 23 feet away, takes a couple of steps in with the dribble. Now picks up the dribble looking for help. Gets it to the left side. Into the corner, here's an open J. That one too strong from Parkview. They did jumper earlier in the ballgame. Drawing into post, oh, a nice pass underneath. Love when the post players are passing to each other in the finish underneath.
Yeah, the entry pass.
Jesse Sarcone, assist, Nia Tom.
Gets the 2-3 zone. Got it over to Sarcone for the easy kiss off the ball.
He is 12, biggest of the night now for Dowling Catholic. We played the final 25 seconds of the first quarter. These patient offensive set. Really had a steal there. Drive, Dean all the way through.
She drove into the lane, snuck around Simplot, and was able to get that nice and soft off the glass after a hard drive.
Hoover 7 as we get the timeout. Back in a minute with more high school basketball on 1460 KXNO. Trent Condon, Andy Pollock here with you. Glad to bring you this one. Looking to be a fun night of hoops. Back with more in a moment.
The one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801.
High school basketball on 1460 KXNO. Girls in game number 1. It is Dowling Catholic, a 19-7 lead as we begin the second quarter. Hoover with the basketball taken away, though, by the Maroons. That good defense continues. And another steal for the Maroons. Slow start, Andy, but they bounced back here in that late run in the first.
Yeah, it was a slow 19. 19 points is a lot to put up in a quarter. Didn't seem like it, though.
Sarcone couldn't get that one to go. Check that. That was Kofi off the mark. Hoover looks to cut into the 12-point deficit. Drive. Double team comes. Kick out. Open 3. That one back out. No. And a rebound for Kofi.
You see the Mason's been back and forth quite a bit. Teams up and down the court. No one really pressed the tempo too much, but it's really been not a whole lot of half-court sets.
Number 4, Rachel Mann, right there in front of Hoover.
Clark with 9 points. points in the first quarter, hit the 3 to begin the ball game. 3 buckets along with it. And the start for her 19-7 our score. Just over 7 minutes to play with the clock in. Hoover get some full pressure, picking up right at that half-court line. Looking to the high post, and Dean. Ball was tipped back and taken away by the Maroons. Crossover dribble. Here's Gipple into the front court inside. Kofi had a look, but shuffled her feet. And she'll get it right back to Hoover.
Yeah, I'm not sure Kofi understood how wide open she was when she got the ball in the basket. Turned her face up and not quite ready to make a move with the basketball as wide open as she was.
6:20 left in the second quarter. Dowling 19, Hoover 7. This game coming up about 70-45. Estimated tip-off for that one. We'll bring you the call. Another turnover back the other way. And shuffling with the feet there that time by Turner.
Yeah, Turner, you know, those are some quick moves that she's making. She's got to get the ball on the ground a little bit quicker.
Looking to beat the defense up the floor. What a block shot by Turner. Good defense there from the Huskies.
There was a long body out there. Really getting inside threat for Hoover on the court.
We got a timeout on talk things over. 6:16 left in the first half. It's 19-7. Dowling with the lead as we come back with more in a moment. It's high school basketball on 1460 KXNO.
When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health. Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing.
Live action here. High school basketball continues on 1460 KXNO. Trent Condon, Andy Powers with you. Off the knee, out of bounds, back to Hoover. 19-7 our score. 6 minutes left in the quarter. Andy, Hoover's hanging tough.
Yeah, they are. You know, I noticed earlier Dowling has picked up the defensive intensity. They were a little lackadaisical as things got started in the ball game, but they got to knocking up their defense intensity. This zone has really fooled Dowling. They've got a couple buckets in transition, but settling for a lot of outside shots and not able to hit them.
To look inside for Turner, nearly taken away, but stepping out of bounds was McVay. Stay on the Hoover end. 38 left in the second quarter, still 19-7. No.
Team 6.
There's a step back jumper. Just the window by Dean. Rebound forward. Kofi looking to push it. Looking the other way. Dean having to drive. She's coming the other way. Good. Had a good look at it. Too strong.
They keep settling. They got to look for a good shot tonight.
Nice pressure. Looks to cross over dribble. Taken away. Gabriel with the steal, the run out, and the easy do.
Steal basket,
so far, it's those the run outs off the steal.
1-7 biggest lead of the night now. Get something going. Taken away again though. And here's Tobias all by himself.
Steal basket, Tobias.
Defensive pressure. Pick up on the Dowling Catholic side of things. Lead 23-7 now. 4:25 left in the second quarter.
It's not full court pressure, but a really extended half court pressure. That's the best way to describe it. When they get to that half court circle, they are jumping all over the ball.
Looking for a screen. He sets up front with the LP leading scorer. She's got 4 tonight. It's Hoover at 7 contest against pressure. Throws it up, no good.
Number 1, Taylor Clark, number 15, Wade Simplot, number 33, Ella Hittner, number 55, Lexi Ball, and 25, Manny Allen, in for the Maroons.
Over from Joaquin. She was part of that Steve Cleveland team.
Olivia Bucky back in for the Huskies.
Really terrific shot blocking as goals.
Yes.
Okay.
So just into the game, and he picks up her first foul. It's a sophomore center. In the second quarter, and got a quick whistle. The clock didn't start there on the inbounds. Seconds tick off and restarted.
55, Lexi Ball with a foul. 7th foul for the Woods on the room.
Solid pressure being applied again by Dowling. Maybe their points here in the second quarter.
Yeah, not much in the half court sets for Dowling so far in this game.
There's a drive. Bowles got a piece of that one. Shot blocking wasn't there. Beautiful look ahead. No, but a foul. And a couple more free throws coming. Good look ahead there to get.
22, Loretta P, her second team scorer. 2 shots.
She hits him the ball.
And hit her.
She's 6'1", long arms, able to stay under control. Like on the ball
Foul Loretta Dean, her third personal, team 4.
Start came in, though struggling from the 3-point line. 43.7%. Outstanding shooter. Hadn't shown it on the floor a whole lot this season, even averaging 28.7 points per game. Dean works the dribble, puts out of bounds, it'll stay with the Huskies. By 31-10.
That's where Sarcone, early on, Dean was able to get to the bucket. It's not finished right now. Dowling's really extended their defense out on her. It's got a tough time getting ahead of steam.
And taken away again by the Maroons. Quickly the other way in the inside.
Across the lane to Rodriguez. She pressed the tempo, got Hoover into transition, beat everybody down the court and kicked it across to the layup.
Lead is 33-10 with a minute 20 left in the second quarter. Knapp works the dribble up front. Shanka, left side. Here's a three-pointer. Oh, no good. And rebounded again by the Maroons. Ball loose though at midcourt. Flipped ahead. Here's Turner and a tip back from Tong, and she stepped down the end line. Good hustle there from Tong to force the turnover.
Yeah, I'm impressed watching this Hoover squad. They have not had much success putting points on the board, and again, they're not putting any points on the board tonight. But this team hustles around a lot. They really kind of got Dowling out of their comfort zone.
Dowling with the basketball. McVeigh on the dribble, looks to the right corner. And a hold there, resetting the offense. Looks up top, nearly thrown away. Kept alive though, now McVeigh in the left corner. Will dribble it back up front.
Yeah, I'm not sure who your scorer that you look to right now for Dowling. That's one of the things. Can they find another scorer right now? It's a good spot to get the ball.
Tong in the high post, out to McVeigh. Had a three. Decided to pass it up, run a little bit more clock with 30 seconds left in the first half. Tong now on the baseline. One dribble. What a nice pass. Back around McVeigh. She gets the open three. Front iron, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for the Maroons. Sarcone. And it tipped out. And it'll stay with Dowling Catholic.
Yeah, the long arms of Mario Turner really able to knock it out of there.
15.7 now on the clock. The Maroons inbound from underneath their own bucket all the way up front to Sarcone, and a reset of the offense with Ella McVeigh. Cross court to the right wing, inside. Time running out, gotta hurry. McVeigh will fire one up too strong. Tip back at the buzzer it in by Jesse Sarcone. That's how we
away with the rebound. Doesn't have time to bring the ball in from about 8 feet away. Gets the rebound, just enough strength to get it up and in.
Well, a beautiful finish there, and certainly happiness overall, you have to say, for Dowling Catholic the way they end the first half. 35-10 our score. Dowling Catholic with the lead over the boys Hoover as we get the timeout coming back on the other side as we continue high school basketball on 1460 KXNO.
your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical. We're ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros. We're going to back in the 7 line up in no time. Yeah, you guys are going that fast. Move it. Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve,
Fun. The Rookie has a large selection of vintage cars, memorabilia from brands like Top, Upper Deck, and Panini. Now the Rookie offers private birthday parties. Stop by the Rookie at 9992 Swanson Boulevard in Clive for more information on spending your special day building or starting your collection and having fun collecting. Find them online at TheRookieSportsCards.com. The Rookie, Central Iowa's leader in sports cars.
At Wolf Construction, we do many large construction projects across the Midwest, but we started as a roofing company, and we're still a roofing company today. At Wolf Construction, we don't just show up with a dumpster and trailer in your driveway. We arrive with a business card in hand, ready to take care of your home. Whether it's a simple roof repair, complete re-roofing project, or a new construction project, Wolf Construction can handle the job. Call Wolf Construction at 515-225-8866 or visit us on the web at wolfconstruction.net. We're a roofing machine.
This report is powered by La Quinta Inns and Suites.
Attention, if you're in debt to the IRS and frustrated with your options, for a limited time you can call and quickly check your eligibility for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax problem. Through this special toll-free hotline number, you can find out in minutes if you qualify for these powerful new debt reduction programs green-lighted by the IRS for 2019. If you have unfiled tax returns under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or just want to know your options, business or personal, Republic Tax Relief's A-plus rated tax relief system has helped thousands stop IRS collections immediately and save millions in tax debt. These relief programs will not last forever. Call the hotline number now, 800-656-8615. That's 800-656-8615. Check your eligibility for tax debt savings today. Call 800-656-8615. That's 800-656-8615.
Vehicle advertising print wraps can be seen tens of thousands of times a day. If you want to increase your advertising footprint with a full or partial vinyl print wrap on your business vehicle, go to CompleteAutoWraps.com. Complete Auto Wraps also specializes in full color change color wraps. Change the color of your vehicle or add a customized look with a print wrap to your vehicle, motorcycle, or boat. Don't pay big dealership or national sign chain prices when you can get yours installed by a professional trained and certified installer. Contact Colby for more information or a free estimate at CompleteAutoWraps.com.
Drop calls, poor coverage, bill too high, need a new phone or wanting the latest model, but the thought of changing cell phone carriers makes you want to cringe. Switching can be a nightmare, but not with Cellular Advantage, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1993. We've made it our mission to change all that. At Cellular Advantage, we make switching simple, easy, and quick with 3 simple steps, exceptional service, and new total plans with unlimited data. For more details and to find a Cellular Advantage U.S. Cellular location nearest you, go to celladvantage.com.
Triconet Andy Pollack back with you. Dowling Catholic High School, 35-10 lead for the girls of Dowling Catholic over the Hoover Huskies. Andy, first half a little bit uneven at times. What do you think the coaching staffs on each side are talking about here in the locker room?
Well, let's start, with Hoover, I really thought they were doing some nice things defensively disruptive on Dowling. They really got Dowling into some situations I don't think the Maroons want to be in.
Good to see from the Dowling Catholic perspective. Caitlin Clark being able to get things going for her offensively. We mentioned some of the struggles that she's had shooting the basketball, coming in 23% from the three-point line. 3 3-pointers in the first half, including get the game started with a 3-pointer. You got to feel with somebody like Caitlin Clark, even though she's averaging 28 points per game, probably pushing a little bit to get that 3-pointer going.
She's really able to take the defenders off the dribble, and a really strong move to the basket, just not quite soft enough off the glass to finish some of the moves that she was making early on.
Let's take a look here at the scoreboard. We'll take a look at some scores from across the area, starting with college basketball here tonight. Of course, Iowa State in action early this evening. They're at the half, and they trail 38-30 to the Baylor Bears. Tough one certainly early on for Iowa State, coming off that big victory against Kansas. 38-30, Baylor with the lead at halftime. Kentucky leads Texas A&M at home. Wildcats 46-34 lead in that one. More top 25 action. It's Tennessee third ranked with a 42-31 lead over Missouri. Buffalo ranked number 19. They lead 45-32 over Toledo in Maction. It's St. John's a 39-34 halftime lead over Villanova on the road. The Johnnies off to a good start, and Duke leading Wake Forest by 8, 42-34 in that one. We'll get a timeout. Coming back second half right around the corner as we continue. It's high school basketball on 1460 KXNO.
Concert, so we were nervous.
Well, Dad was.
Partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service. Mid-American Energy.
For the ultimate one-of-a-kind game day experience, make a stop at the other place. The game is on and drinks are cold with game day specials for every fan. Serving Iowa's best pizza since 1970, it's the place for the whole family. With a mouth-watering menu and state-of-the-art audio-video system, make the OP one of the most exciting destinations for sporting events viewing. The other place, American Sports Grill and Pizzeria. Join in on this Iowa tradition, serving the Midwest since 1970.
You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather's Specialty Pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza.
It takes more than a great price and great selection to continue to grow every year. We believe the reason is our core values. Hard work, we work hard for you. Integrity, it's not optional, it's required. We build trusting relationships and don't run when the problems arise. We're always improving the customer experience. It's been the Schottenkirk way for over 50 years. Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Waukee, and the all-new Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola.
KXNO, glad to have you aboard with us here on a tip-off Tuesday night. Trent Condon alongside Andy Pollock. Game one on the girls' side, a 35-10 lead for the homestanding Dowling Catholic Maroons. So we get ready for the second half, Andy.
Hey, Baylor, sorry, I looked up the score at halftime, and I look out at the Hoover Huskies, and they got the same uniforms. They look just like Baylor's. The Huskies right now, they're going to stay in their 2-3 zone. They're going to keep doing what they've been doing in the first half. Here they get to the hoop again. If they can finish,
rolled off the rim. Good look again for the Huskies. They've been able to get to the rim tonight. That time it was Deja Bates, who's been quick off the dribble.
Yeah, just the finish just not quite there, but man, they're so good at getting to the hoop.
Bates, a junior. Here's Dean on the drive. Back for Bates. Open three. Rattled in and out. Caitlin Clark with the long rebound. and looks to push. 2-on-1, flips it underneath for the easy bucket.
Clark with a little bit of a look over to the left side, kind of drew the defense over just for a split second, and then the last second dish off the glass and in.
Simplet with the bucket, her first of the night, 37-10. Lead goes up to 27. Dean gets a high screen, now flips back, and a reset of the offense with Shanka. Shanka crosses over a dribble, looks over for Dean in the corner, and lost the dribble. There's a travel. Thought maybe it bumped out of her hands. She still had control, though, and an extra step gives it right back. With 7:11 to play.
Been watching things away from the basket here so far, and Dowling really physical away from the ball on defense right now. Just a lot of pushing and shoving out there as they come out of the break.
Dylan Clark runs the offense up front. Left wing three. That one finds the mark. A triple for Grace Gaber.
Gaber real smooth on that one. That was good.
Gaber came in shooting 41% from downtown. Hits another. Her first triple of the night. 40-10. Lead extends to 30 now. Or Dowling Catholic. Pull up 18-footer. That one too strong. Long rebound to Caitlin Clark. Had it tipped away and stole it away. Quickly the other way off the window and in. Good bucket for Deja Bates.
That's about the equivalent of recovering a fumble in the end zone right there.
Look what I found.
Yeah, Bates got the ball kind of kicked back to her almost right underneath her own basket for the lay-in.
Offensive set. Nice cross-court pass to Tong, who finishes, and the foul.
Tong's been that nice third or fourth option really for Dowling. I think she's their second leading scorer, I believe, right around there. But she's been she comes off the bench and she's really smooth, finds her way to the basket quite a bit. Long body in there, very disruptive defensively. Provided some good minutes for the Maroons off the bench.
And finishes the three-point play. She's got 5 points tonight. Averages 5 a contest. And assists for Clark. Clark averages 28 points, 3.5 assists, over 7 rebounds per contest. Pull-up jumper, that one well off the mark. Clark on the run-out rebound. Behind the back pass. Oh, what a finish! Unbelievable, Caitlin Clark.
Mark the tape on that one. Wow.
Oh.
That's going to go on the highlight tape. Clark in transition turned it into a 3-on-2 as she sprinted out in front of everybody. Behind the back to the left side. Incredible play.
Here's Hoover with the basketball. In the corner on the drive, looking underneath, tipped out of bounds. Turner went baseline there.
Number 40, Arabia Parkey, back in.
Turner, a sophomore. She'll check out.
Yeah, she's been a little spark there, especially on the defensive end of the court tonight. She hones her offensive game a little bit. She's got the body type that she could be a nice little player in this league.
5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Hoover with the basketball. Boys game coming up, 7:45. Look inside. Oh, a nice feed from Dean. Underneath for the easy bucket to Shanka.
Yeah, Dean at the top of the key really kind of drew the defense up just a little bit. And at the last second found Shanka wide open. And then on the other end, Clark with another assist. Almost identical, almost the exact same play.
J.C. Cothy with the finish. Another assist for Clark. Timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. 47-14. Dowling Catholic holds the lead. 5:10 to play in the third quarter. But it seems like both these teams maybe getting their legs a little bit underneath them here in the second half. Much cleaner so far in the second half.
Yeah, not as many transition looks. You could almost consider those last couple transition, but more of the secondary break type transition looks as the defense gets settled into things. But really, I mean, you go from one end of the court, Dean down here, and then where she finds Shanka wide open, and then almost, like I said, almost the exact same play on the other end. A no-look, cross-the-lane type pass from the top of the key. A couple wide open looks, a couple nice plays out of both point guards.
So Hoover will get the basketball back, trailing 47-14 with 5:10 left in the third quarter.
Hoover really spread out right now down on the offensive end of the court. We'll see what their see what the goal is of this possession, what set play they come out with.
And it's a drive inside off the front rim, no good for Bates. Had a good look at it, just left it short. Run ahead, here's Tong off the window and in.
Ooh, and Tong took a knee to the head as she went down to the ground as well. She's up and okay, but man, again, Caitlin Clark, that time from half court, across the lane for another assist.
Nijak Tong, 7th point of the evening. Crossover dribble, had it taken away. Clark, and she was bumped as she was crossing half court. There'll be a foul on Julia Shanka.
That's a way to keep her from getting an assist in transition. Right there, foul her right away when she gets a steal. And, you know, we've seen her do things offensively with the ball in her hands and able to score, but, man, the way she's assisted tonight, some nice looks.
There's Kothi. She'll try a three. You bet.
Yeah, as she caught the ball in front of the Dowling bench, they stood up right away. They knew that Kothi, there was no doubt about it when that ball, even as she got into her wind-up, really, the ball was right on line the entire time.
First triple of the season for J.C. Kothi. As the ball's taken away the other way, here's Caitlin Clark. Another nice look inside to Kothi off the glass and in.
That was about a 25-foot bounce pass, and Clark was able to just weave it right through a couple defenders for another assist.
Lead up to 40, 54-14 halfway through the third quarter. Here at Dowling Catholic, the Maroons with the big lead, looking for their 7th win of the season.
Do we track assists on the radio stats?
We don't. No, I got points here, and that is it. That was your job. I didn't tell you that.
Sorry, yeah. I'm standing up right now.
So we are in continuous clock time now. Once the lead gets 35 or more, the move goes to a continuous clock. There is a timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick TO with them. Back in 30 seconds with more high school basketball on 1460 KXNO.
Build your business. At Sinorama of Rivendell, we offer customized solutions for signs, branding, marketing, and advertising. We have a full range.
With one low price. New bonus tagged 18 Ford F-150s up to $14,000 off MSRP. Your choice. Up to $8,500 off MSRP. New 18 Ford Explorer and new 18 Ford Edge. Year-end tag event in Indianola, including thousands under retail value on Schottenkirk certified pre-owned vehicles. Hurry in for best selection. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Full video streaming on CISN.TV, along with our audio coverage here on 1460 KXNO. Trent Condon alongside Andy Pollock. 3 minutes to play, continuous clock. Blowout here for Dowling Catholic. They have really taken control as this game has progressed. McVeigh looks into the high post cross court. On the drive, pull up 16-footer off the side. No good, and the rebound secured by Hoover. On the run ahead, it's Bates.
You know, Dowling's done a much better job on defense early on. I thought Hoover had a lot of really nice looks at the basket. They weren't able to finish. Those looks have been completely shut down here really in the second half.
Here's a jumper from Math, who finds the mark. Foot on the line, 2 for Rachel Math.
Yeah, really nice shot. Quick release. You know, Math out there, I'd peg her at maybe about 5'4" right now out there. But she was maybe a little bit taller, but really quick release, able to drop that one into the basket.
Senior with the bucket for the Huskies, 54-16. And she gets in the scorebook. There's a high post look for Sarcone. And the ball taken away. There's Math with the ball. And gets it ahead to Deja Bates. Will work the offense for the Hoover Huskies. Looks out. Here's an open jumper. That one from Dean, no good. Sarcone secures the rebound. And the look ahead, Dean, though, got a hand on it, deflected, and slow down the fast break. Dowling with the basketball. McVeigh for 3. That one front iron, no. Offensive rebound, though, for the Maroons.
Yeah, Hinton able to keep it alive.
Turnover, though. Missed the call.
Yeah, I did too as well. Hittner kicked it out to Sarcone. I think off the pump fake, maybe they got her for a couple steps. The whistle came from a long ways away from the basket. There was no foul whistled, or no foul signaled, I should say.
Clock continues to run. Minute 20 as the ball's inbounded to Deja Bates for the Huskies. 54-16 our score. Dowling Catholic up big. Boys game coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Beautiful drive and the finish. Again for Dean.
And they got a foul on it as well. She's got a chance to do a three-point play, again a foul. The whistle came from across the court, but really nice move. I didn't see the Dowling defender went for the steal at the top of the key, and then Dean finally able to finish one at the basket. She's got there a lot tonight. It's good to see her be able to finish one.
Free throw for Dean, perfect on that. She's got 9 to lead the scoring for Hoover. 54-19 with just over a minute to play. There's a pull-up J. That one finds the mark for the Maroons. Nice looking shot out there.
Yeah, Gipple out here off of one quick dribble. caught it in rhythm, able to knock it in.
Gippel's got 5 tonight. Ball tipped and taken away. McVeigh on the run out, finishes with the right hand. And McVeigh with her first bucket. She's in the scorebook this evening.
Got a lot of those fast break points for Dowling tonight.
59-19 as we play the final 30 seconds of the third. There's a shot fired up, missed everything though.
They did a little quicker look there for Swanson than what she wanted.
Inside look, Sarcone rolls it in.
Yeah, nice finish by Sarcone. Battled through a lot of contact to put that one in.
Dowling Catholic controlling things as we look to wrap up the third quarter. Dean had it taken away.
Ooh, missed the run out there.
There's McVeigh. Couple seconds left. She'll pull up from 22 feet. No good. The third quarter's in the books. It's all Dowling Catholic. They lead at 61-19 over Hoover. The fourth quarter comes your way next. Back with more on your home for high school sports. 1460 KXNO.
I'm Katie Nassett, an attorney at the Hope Law Firm. Our staff of more than 15
energy efficiency programs in building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
U.S. only.
Fourth quarter back here in Dowling Catholic High School. 61-19 lead for the homestanding Maroons as we get things started. Continuous clock. Big lead and a chance to maybe see some different players out there for the Maroon coaching staff.
Yeah, we've already seen them go, 12 deep, 13 deep tonight. In the first half, really. They played 10 in the first 4 minutes. So everyone's got a chance tonight. And that's one of the goals is, Dowling's had a really, really hard schedule so far to start the year. I mean, as have most of the teams in this part of the state. So, you battle through a lot of close games. You don't always get to develop some of that depth, some of those tweener players that might be able to give you 3 or 4 minutes here or there throughout the course of a game if someone gets in foul trouble or something like that. So that's a good situation to see what some other girls can do tonight. Get them on film in a competitive situation against someone else and see what they can do.
Dowling on the look ahead, just over 7 minutes left in this one, as they will pick up win number 7 on the season. In the post, we got to travel against Sarcone. It'll go back the way of the Huskies. Dowling ranked number 9, your team's ranked in the CIML. Johnston second ranked, Southeast Polk at number 4, Waukee 5, Valley 6. The Maroons at 9, Centennial at 12, and Ames at 13. Andy, not sure how many of those teams that you have seen so far this year, but boy, just so much talent in CIML girls basketball.
And as you mentioned, as you rattled them off right there, those are all pretty much interchangeable as well, because any of those teams can beat any of the other teams right now on a given night. It's just a very, very balanced, and in a good way, it's a balanced and very, very strong league this year. Girls basketball, really, we talk a lot about Central Iowa, obviously, with the coverage area that we've got, but it's a high-level sport in Iowa. The basketball is always, back to the 6-on-6 days, there's been some stars. We don't get the superstars that we all hear about scoring 60 to 70 points a night right now in the 5-on-5 game, but the amount of talent on the basketball court that the state of Iowa has developed for NCAA women's basketball is really high, really good.
Couple of free throws again for Dean as she continues her scoring output. She's up to 11 to lead the way for Hoover, 61-21. As we play just over 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Dowling looking to move to 7-4 on the season. McVeigh on the runner, no good, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Dowling Sarcone will go back to the Huskies.
And again, for Dowling right now, it's finding that second and third scorer. Who can be that other threat for them to score on a night if Clark is off? Now, fortunately for them, Clark hasn't been off too much, but it will happen at some point that Caitlin Clark's shots will not be falling. and they're going to need someone else to pick it up and score there.
Lexi Bowles, we saw her first action for the Maroons after her transfer from Waukee. On the drive, Bates, and she walked with it, lost her footing. She was looking for the jump stop, and the foot just slid.
I'm looking a little bit, trying to find some other scores for the evening right now. Not quite loading right now, but a couple of the Johnston Mason City score tonight. That's one that I'm looking forward to hearing in the name. Southeast Polk, a couple other top 10, top 15, I should say, matchups really in the state.
5:20 left. We're in continuous clock at a bump and a foul as Bates was making her way to the rim. Yeah, we'll get you some updated scores here in between games. Also, we'll hear from both head coaches on the boys' side of things. We will hear from Courtney Henderson of the Hoover Huskies and Mike O'Connor on the other side for the Dowling Catholic Maroons. 30-second timeout as we will keep it right here. 5:08 left in the fourth quarter. It's Dowling 61, Hoover 21. Looking at some different scores from around the area. See what we can pile up here. An update again, some of the college games that we mentioned, including Iowa State, as they're in action tonight. They've come back and tied things up with Baylor after trailing at the half by 8:45 apiece in that one. 14 minutes to play. We'll keep you abreast of that situation. Any other upsets percolating? Perhaps, though St. John's ranked. Villanova a big favorite at home tonight. St. John still holds the lead in that one, 55-51. And Duke, a little bit of breathing room for them against Wake Forest, 52-37. 5:05 left as Hoover works the offense. Tries to go to the corner. Bates had it deflected out of bounds. It'll go back to the Maroons.
Margaret Tobias being very disruptive over there on defense.
Brandon Rodriguez, 13. Margaret Tobias, 5.
Dowling will work with the basketball.
55 and 45.
On the right side, look inside. Oh, a good pass into Bowles. She got fouled, and she's going to get a couple of free throws. Turner a little bit hit with the foul, and Bowles to the foul line for two.
Nice little drop step move up to the strong move up to the hoop for her.
The Bowles with state tournament experience from a year ago with that Waukee squad. The lefty who played last year as a freshman on that team hits the first free throw, and she'll have one more.
Yeah, she'll give, as her minutes start to increase too, she's going to give Dowling a nice presence. They've already got a couple nice long bodies on the inside, but she's really going to add to that and maybe allow them to compete with some of the taller teams in the league as well.
And Turner again going coast to coast for Hoover. She was fouled, and two more free throws coming for her. Amaria Turner, you talked about her a little bit earlier. Got that lanky frame. You feel like, boy, she could put it together. She could be a nice player for Hoover in the future.
Yeah, a little touch on that jump shot, and she's one that she could be the one down the road that we talk about causing some mismatches for some teams. She's definitely been disruptive on the defensive end tonight.
0 for 2 that trip, though, at the free throw line as Bowles gets the rebound. Here comes Dowling the other way with 4:20 left in the ball game. Continuous clock once it gets over 35. Bowles had it deflected away and taken away by the Hoover D.
Yeah, drew a lot of attention when they entered the ball into her in the high post.
Here's Jones ahead to Bates. Bates with the left-handed dribble. Swanson to Jones. Jones one dribble. One step in jumper. That one no good. Oh, good position inside. That one thrown up no good. Ball still loose. Turner comes up with it for Hoover. She'll try the 16-footer. That one off the mark. Ball deflecting around and saved down in the corner by Tobias. Here's a three in the corner. That one missed everything. Bowles with the offensive rebound. She goes up strong and misses too strong. Little contact, and refs letting them play here.
Yeah,
late.
At this point in the game, they're just going to let that. Well, I guess the clock continues to roll anyway, but not going to kill the rest of the game at the free throw line.
There's a ball deflected and taken away by Rodriguez. She gets it ahead, and Dowling looking to run a little bit of clock. They'll go inside. Oh, big swat by Turner. There's that defensive presence you talked about, Andy.
Man, she did that with authority.
And a smile on her face afterwards.
It's, in Hoover, it's been a struggle, for them so far this year. But you can tell these girls are out there. They're hustling around. They do hustle a lot. They play hard. A lot of smiles. They're having fun. Eventually the points will come for them. They just a little bit of touch, and those points will come.
Francis Nagusi, the head coach for the Huskies. Good to see the girls stayed engaged, not seeing their heads droop and things like that. They knew they had a tall task on their hands tonight. They're out there fighting hard. Here's Turner, nearly had the rebound, but it bounces right to Bowles, who finishes.
Yeah, Bowles ripped that one away. She's very strong down there in the post, isn't she?
Timeout on the floor. Full timeout, we'll take it with them as we come back. Put a conclusion on this one. Dowling, big lead over Hoover, 64-21. Back with more high school basketball on 1460 KXNO and CISN.
Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Des Moines. Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Spilled your red wine? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And is 2 times more absorbent than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can get back on track quicker. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Fourth quarter continues. Hoover, good look up top. That one off the mark, though, from Bates. Rebounded away by Dowling Catholic Maroons. Pick up win number 7 of the season. They're 2 minutes and 10 seconds away from that. Here's a shot off the mark, rolling away, and the rebound for Hoover. On the push all the way, coast to coast, too strong. And the rebound for Lexi Bowles of the Maroons.
Another good look for Hoover.
Certainly some building blocks in that Husky program. Here's a step back 3, that one off the mark. A nice rebound by Turner for Hoover.
Yeah, it looked like Giersdorf actually had possession at the last second. Turner was able to kind of sneak in right underneath it and rip that rebound away.
There's Bates on the drive off the window and gets the roll.
Yeah, that's a good finish. That's a real good finish for Hoover.
Under control, able to finish with the left hand. Deja Bates with her second bucket. She's got 4. Second on the team in scoring tonight. 3-pointer from the left wing. That one no good. Put back. Deflected away. Here's Bowles with the rebound and a foul.
Bowles, if she's able to, as she gets that rebound, if she's able to go right back up with it, she's in position where, in that case, she probably gets a and one as well with where she is. Puts the ball on the ground and gets mauled as it is. But if she's got the strength to put that shot right back up.
Final minute of the game as continuous clock rolls through. Dowling looking inside to Bowles. Pump fakes, goes inside. Had it deflected though by Turner. Put back no. Fight for the rebound underneath, and there's a foul. It'll be a couple of free throws coming for the Maroons.
Yeah, that'll send Abby Giersdorf to the line. Turner with a couple different blocks down there on both Bowles and on Giersdorf. Giersdorf gets to finish this one at the free throw line.
Chance, I believe, to get the scorebook. Yes, she's one of the few Maroons that haven't found the mark so far this evening. Off the mark, though, with that first free throw. Clock does stop, though, during continuous clock for free throws. Timeouts and free throws the only time. That one just too strong with a long rebound secured by Rodriguez. And Dowling will get another look at the rim. Trying to cross things over. Ball deflected. Loose underneath. And we're going to get a foul, it looks like.
25.
A little reach in there, going for the basketball.
Yeah, Maddie Allen on the loose ball. She went diving in. It kind of ended up in the legs of Shanka. I think that's why they felt like they had to call it. Really knock Shanka off balance. So they either had to go with a travel or with a foul on Allen.
Here's Bates for 3. That one too strong. 15 seconds left in the ball game. 3 from the left wing. Front iron no good. Rodriguez with the offensive rebound.
Yeah, rip that one out of there.
Gotta hurry. Want to get a shot off, and 3 at the horn, good! A triple to end the ball game. Maddie Allen gets herself in the scorebook.
as she shot it, she just kind of put her hands down. I don't think she even really meant to do it at that stage of the game, but nonetheless, one for the highlights from Addie Allen.
Final score, Dowling Catholic 67, Hoover 23, win number 7 on the year as Dowling Catholic moves to 7-4 on the season. The Huskies fall to 2-11 on the year. Coming up in about 20 minutes, it will be the boys' side of things. Game that certainly on paper looks to be a lot tighter as we continue on a tip-off Tuesday on 1460 KXNO and CISN. We'll take the timeout, come back, put a cap on things, and then hear from the coaches of the boys' side, Mike O'Connor for Dowling Catholic and Courtney Henderson for the Huskies. That's coming up next here on 1460 KXNO.
This year, it's our year.
Stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
During the year-end holiday tag event at Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola, all vehicles are tagged with one low price. New bonus tagged 18 Ford F-150s up to $14,000 off MSRP. Your choice. Up to $8,500 off MSRP. New 18 Ford Explorer and new 18 Ford Edge. Year-end tag event in Indianola, including thousands under retail value on Schottenkirk certified pre-owned vehicles. Hurry in for best selection. Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game, Shields.
Mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Andy Pollock back with you on CISN and
Every month or so, there's
1460
another story.
KXNO. Andy, game one goes to Dowling Catholic. Saw some good things certainly out of the Maroons. Caitlin Clark got that three-point shot going. But really, the story of the game, not what she did offensively shooting the basketball, but some of those assists were absolute thrillers.
Yeah, she's going to put together an assist highlight tape off what she had tonight. We saw the one behind the back in transition, able to get the ball across the lane there. Saw multiple lengthy bounce passes, kind of in the vein of some of the B.J. Armstrong highlights that you might have watched growing up with the Hawks and then with the Bulls. So, yeah, that was an impressive night by Caitlin Clark. I feel like we say that a lot, but usually it's what she does with the ball in her hands, not necessarily she's good at distributing the ball, but these were just highlight reel type assists tonight.
Well, coming up next, we are going to hear from both coaches on the boys' side of things. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Really looking forward to this one, Andy. What are you looking to see in between the Maroons, who had that upset win against Ankeny on Friday night, and, of course, as always, Courtney Henderson's Hoover Huskies?
Well, I think the Maroons are really going to try to turn this into a 5-on-5 type of game and maybe a more of a half-court type game. They've got the height advantage, the length advantage tonight, really in a big way in this one. However, Hoover's got the advantage in their defense is a very disciplined, quick defense, and they're going to try to get up and down the court in a hurry. If they can try to get a bucket or two in transition, that might be a good way for them to get some scores tonight, really negate the height advantage that Dowling's got.
Well, we will take the break. Coming up next, we will hear from the head coaches, Courtney Henderson and Mike O'Connor. Our conversations with the coach presented by Sinorama of Urbandale. We come back on the other side. Both head coaches had an opportunity to talk with them earlier today as we get ready for Game 2, the boys' side. Hoover and Dowling Catholic. It's next on 1460 KXNO.
Energy and you. Together, partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guy.
In full color change color wraps. Change the color of your vehicle or add a customized look with a print wrap to your vehicle, motorcycle, or boat. Don't pay big dealership or national sign chain prices when you can get yours installed by a professional trained and certified installer. Contact Corby for more information or a free estimate at CompleteAutoWraps.com.
Back once again as we get ready for game number 2 of our doubleheader. High school basketball on 1460 KXNO. It's the Hoover Huskies on the road against the Dowling Catholic Maroons. Joining us right now, the head man for the Hoover boys basketball team. It is Courtney Henderson. Courtney, is always good catching up with you. How are things over at Hoover?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Coming off the break, went a little too fast.
It always seems to go way too quick. It always seems to fly by, but here we are. You guys got back at home to start off things, a win against Ottumwa after break. Speaking of winter break, I know different teams and different programs have different ideas. Some people like to scrimmage some other schools. Some people just like to practice amongst themselves. What do you really concentrate on during winter break with your team year after year?
You know, it kind of varies with the team. This particular break, I kind of focus on ourselves because, to be totally transparent, we've been struggling up there defensively. We've been playing up and kind of to a sluggish start. So I think we want to take over break, focus on ourselves and develop ourselves on the same page because for whatever reason, we're just not on the same page right now.
So, Coach, you mentioned the defense, and that's something anytime I talk about Hoover basketball, I think everybody across the CIML and across the state, you talk Hoover, you talk defense first. I know you're having a lot younger players playing this year. Is that a part of it, getting those young guys to understand what it takes on that end?
Absolutely, and to be totally honest with you again, our seniors have kind of hit a wall here. We just, honestly, I think we came in a little overconfident this season, and I think that had a lot to do with our sluggish start. So I'm hoping that this break, I mean, we had a good win against Ottumwa. They got a new coach up there, and he's doing a really, really nice job, and I thought we defended them really, really well, holding them to 28 points. So I'm hoping that we're going to turn a corner here.
You got a couple of young guys out there, including Manny Austin. Now, this will be my first chance getting a look at him. Tell us about the 6'2 sophomore. I've been told by a few different people already this week when I told them I was doing the Dowling Hoover game, they said, oh, keep your eye out for number 10. You're going to watch him. Tell us about Manny.
Manny's solid. He's doing a nice job for this year. He's about 6'2", and I think he's one of the better sophomores in his class in the state, to be totally honest with you. But he's just getting to know what it's like to play CIML basketball, high school basketball. It's one of the best 4A conferences in the state, and you got to bring it every single night. And he's learning to do that slowly but surely.
It's difficult. It's a process, and moving these guys along and getting them to that level, and to do it at this level, like you mentioned, in the CIML, it's such a steep learning curve, and I'm sure a lot of fun, but also some frustrations that have to come into it for you as a coach.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, because we're on this paying attention to detail kick right now because for whatever reason, we just have not been paying attention to detail. And that's kind of what we pride ourselves in the past, is being very detail-oriented, whether it's offensively or defensively. And we kind of struggle with that this year. So I thought we had a really, really good Christmas break. We kind of bonded. We had all hands on deck, no vacations or whatnot. So we're hoping that we're getting ready to turn the corner here soon.
Well, looking forward to it tonight. On the other side of the floor, Dowling Catholic, Mike O'Connor and his squad over there. OC was telling me earlier, Courtney, that he's had people joking to him, first one to 40 tonight's going to win this one, but
You guys are playing a little more up-tempo this season. Might take more than 40 to get it done this time against you and Dowling.
I sure hope so. We've always got the reputation of really keeping that score low, but a lot of people don't pay attention to the fact that a lot of times we do defend well defensively, so it takes teams a little while longer to get a shot off, which limits the possessions in the game, which keep those scores low. But it's not intentional. It is not, honestly. We would like to get up and down more, but a lot of times teams really, really pack it in on us and force outside shots. And some of the teams that we've had in the past, as you probably already know, that hadn't shot the ball so well.
Yep.
And this team is shooting the ball okay. We're not great, but we're knocking down some shots. And if we're knocking down shots, you're probably going to see us get up and down a little bit more.
Courtney Henderson joining us. Well, Courtney, before we let you go, when you've been going out there looking at the tape this week at Dowling, what do you see on the other side of the floor?
They got a really, really good kid inside, the sophomore kid. I think his last name is Riggs.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. I think he's one of the better sophomores in the state as well. And Dowling is typical Dowling. They're solid. O'Connor does an incredible job of getting his kids ready to play at both ends of the floor. They're very fundamentally sound. They guard well. They gap you up extremely well. They limit you to one shot. They rebound pretty good on the defensive end. And they're just a strong physical team because obviously it's a football school. And they kind of carry on that. They carry that carries over to basketball too. They're very, very physical. So we definitely have a challenge for us on our hands tonight.
More than we have in the past 4 or 5 years, simply because we are so much more inexperienced and youthful this year than we've been in the past. The last couple of years, we always had 3 or 4 kids coming back that had played the year before that, made it a smoother transition. This year, we knew it was going to be a little bit more rough than it's been in the past, and that proved to be true. It didn't help that we played Valley and Iowa City West right out of the gate. That probably wasn't terribly fair to our kids to throw them into the fire, but we've survived it, and some of those tests we think have started to make us a little bit more battle-tested here as we get into January.
Well, during winter break, you guys had that opportunity to go out there, gel a little bit more, learn some things, and you open up against Ankeny, an Ankeny team that was off to an amazing start to begin this season. Take us back to Friday night and what led to the upset win over the Hawks.
I thought defensively we were really good. We felt like we made them work and got them to take some contested shots. And then, honestly, the thing that was really nice to see is we had great balance on offense. We were able to score inside and out. And at times when we struggled, we get one-dimensional. So we did a really good job there. And listen, Ankeny's a good team. They probably missed some shots that they may make in another night. So I'm sure there's a little bit of good fortune involved. But we feel like we earned some of that good fortune with how hard we played and how well we defended, how we rebounded.
OC, a couple of seniors in your starting lineup, Jack Keogh, Drew Cuter, but a couple of sophomores I want to get your thoughts on, guys that I haven't seen play yet at the varsity level. Tell me a little bit more about Ryan Rings and Andrew Lentz, your 2 sophomores that have been starting for you.
Well, Ryan Riggs is, to me, and I'm biased, he's probably the best kept secret in the CIML. We think he's really good, and his ceiling is the sky. I mean, it is. He can be as good as he wants to be. And the reason why he's a little bit of a secret right now is after our last game last year against Waukee, he was dealing with some back issues, and he didn't play and do much basketball-wise until we started practice this year. So he didn't get out in the AAU circuit. He didn't have a chance to gain the exposure and the notoriety that a lot of his counterparts have. But he is a really skilled player. I don't know. He's a sophomore, so from game to game, you're not always sure what you're going to get. But he's 6'8", he's skilled, he's athletic, he's got the ability to shoot it from outside, he's got the ability to finish around the basket, he's got the ability to handle the ball. And I know some people will probably hear this and think, he must have a really good player. And we do feel like that. We do feel like we have a really good player. It's just taking him a little bit of time to get back into form, and most importantly for him to understand just how hard he has to work to be really good on a night-in, night-out basis. He's only 15, and as a sophomore, usually you're playing sophomore basketball games, and your progress isn't as under the microscope as it is when you're at the varsity level. So he's a really good player with unlimited potential, we feel. Andrew Lynch is a kid that it's kind of an interesting story. We brought him up with us this summer just to have a body with us to practice. And as the summer went on, he just got better and better and better. And by the end of the summer, I felt like there's no way we can go to practice in November without him. And he just started for us last Friday for the first time. He won't start tonight. Drew Daniels will start. He and Drew have kind of been splitting minutes, and both have done a really good job. Earned the right to start, so we're going to kind of flip-flopping them. But we feel really good about the young kids that we have. You know, there's a couple other ones, too. Matt Rito's a sophomore that's playing some for us.
So that is Mike O'Connor, the head coach for the Dowling Catholic Maroons. Trent Condon back alongside here. Andy Pollock, as we get ready for basketball, CIML Hoops on a tip-off Tuesday. Glad to have you aboard with us. Ball tipped back and out of bounds. Last touch by the Maroons. And the Hoover Huskies will get the opening possession. Andy, keys to the game tonight?
Again, Hoover really going to try to press the ball, get it going in transition, try to negate some of the height that Dowling's got, see if they can't get a couple cheap buckets. Dowling, the key is going to be protect the basketball. Hoover plays great defense, not allow them to get some of those run-outs and get those buckets in transition.
Well, and the officials checking on the possession arrow there, seeing if there was an actual possession.
I think they are going to say it was possessed, so not only doesn't it, no, never mind, they're not going to say it was possessed. So that's interesting. Two games, both the girls' game and the boys' game, both games start with a tip-off going out of bounds.
Kenny Quinn running the point for Hoover. The Huskies wearing their yellow uniforms, new unis this year for the Huskies with the green trim and the green lettering. Crossover dribble up front, trying to get in the lane, cut off. That was Adam Jackson. Resetting the offense, there's Manny Austin, the sophomore, turned it over. Keogh on the push. Here comes the Maroons in traffic, no good. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Dowling Catholic. Last touch by Treadwell.
Yeah, Treadwell came down with a rebound, standing out of bounds. Not sure, I think he knew where he was. A little late on the whistle from the official. I think everybody wanted to play, didn't realize, oh yeah, he's standing there out of bounds. Looked awfully comfortable.
Oh, a nice dish off the inbounds pass in the bucket for Matt Stillwell.
Yeah, off that stack on the left side of the lane, Stillwell came from about that second position from behind and rolled around and caught himself quick inbounds, quick play, caught Hoover off guard.
Here's Austin deep on the left wing. He'll dribble to the top.
Good matchup for Hoover there.
Looks out, Kenny Quinn, 3-year starter at the point guard position. He'll try a pull-up three. Why not?
Yeah, and that's with Keogh in his face, able to splash that one through from the right side.
Kenny Quinn with the three-pointer now, applying some half-court pressure. Dowling Catholic able to break it, and they'll start the offense up front with the point guard, Jack Keogh, 6'1", 200-pound senior. Done a nice job so far this season, manning the ship off that football championship. Look inside, taken away. Riggs had a good look at it.
Yeah, good defense by Lovelace. Oh, nice move.
Into the corner. Ball movement from Hoover. Back to the corner. Here's a triple on the way, and that rattles in from Adam Jackson.
Yeah, another one. Dowling just a little late getting out on the shooters.
6-2 now, our score. After 2 3-pointers from Hoover.
Hoover with a 2-2-1, kind of three-quarter court press. They'll mix it around with different looks tonight.
Keogh picks up his dribble, now goes to the right side, restarting the offense.
Yeah, man-to-man on the half court then for Hoover.
In the corner, Keogh holds. Try to look inside, and we're going to get a hold, looks like, underneath. Lovelace, the sophomore. On the hold, that's the first team foul on either side with 5:54 left to go in the first quarter. Again, ball out underneath for Dowling Catholic. They're looking inside. Riggs against a double team. Oh, a nice pass and the finish for Dowling Catholic's Matt Stillwell. He's got a quick four.
It's a tough spot against any defense to have the ball.
Quickly the other way. Jackson on the drive. He goes up against contact. Can't get it to go. Offensive foul's a call.
Yeah, a long time. The official took his time, looked over where everybody was situated. And that's a call that really could go either way. It's the contact came late, maybe as he was coming down, but it sure looked like they were set ahead of time.
6-4 our score. Hoover with the early lead over Dowling Catholic. 5.5 to play in the first quarter. Dowling able to beat the pressure into the front court. Holding the basketball, and now looking inside again is Riggs against a double team. Gets an open three-pointer for Jack Lyman, who misses strong, and Hoover pushes.
Yeah, that's a good inside-out look. Lyman, that's the shot they want. He's not quite able to convert it.
Here's Lovelace going to the right side. With it is Treadwell. Treadwell, another 3-year starter. Jackson, he'll try another three. Hurrying it up. Adam Jackson with the triple. 3 threes for Hoover. They lead 9-4.
Yeah, Dowling just not getting out and covering the shooters right now. They're in that man-to-man defense. There's so much. They get over here so far to this side of the court as they swing the ball. Just a little bit late getting back on the shooters.
Here's a look up top for Daniel. He goes to the right side. Keel with one dribble. Lyman back around. Open shot from the corner. No good. Keel with the offensive rebound. Had it taken away, though, by Treadwell. Treadwell wants to push. Now pulls up. Didn't have the numbers. Cross court. Wide open for three. Austin rattled it in and out.
Yeah, that's another good look for Hoover in the three-point land. Austin had it. It was dead on. Just rimmed out a little bit short.
5:15 to play in the opening quarter. A 5-point lead for Hoover as they play defense. Keogh guarded closely. Gets a high screen from Riggs. Turns the corner. Out open triple. Daniel can't get it to fall.
Dowling's had some nice looks from three-point land. Not able to knock him down so far. What a move.
Crossover dribble. Austin gets an open three for Jackson. Can't make it 3 in a row, but an offensive rebound and a new possession for the Huskies.
Yeah, Riggs not able to quite corral in that rebound. I'm not sure he realized Austin was down there.
Leave up front offensively for Hoover. On the right side, Treadwell works through a double team and a bump and a foul. That'll be the first whistle against the Maroons. That's against Riggs, and a couple of substitutions coming in for Dowling. Andrew Lynch will come into the ball game, and also Drew Keeter. 30-second timeout. We will keep it right here. Andy, good start offensively for Hoover. 3 3-pointers early on.
Yeah, they've had some really good, and they missed 2 of them, 2 good looks as well. So I think that's one of the reasons for the timeout right now is talking about extending that defense quite a bit. Get out there on the shooters. There's not much of an inside threat for Hoover. What they are really good at, though, is so quick off the dribble. And we've seen that from a couple guys so far, and Treadwell especially. He's real quick. I love how that last play coming out really set up this on-ball screen very well. Quick dribble one way, came back the other, and kind of caught 2 Dowling defenders in no man's land and was able to penetrate and get to the basket.
3:35 left in the opening quarter. A 9-4 lead for the Hoover Huskies here on the road at Dowling Catholic. Hoover 7-3 on the season. Dowling 4-5. Had that win over second-ranked Ankeny. Inbound bucket. And again, Adam Jackson. He's got 8.
Yeah, kind of caught the defense sleeping. Jackson just snuck right in back door. Able to get the easy lay-in.
11-4 lead now. With 3:20 left, Dowling Catholic looking for some answers. As Riggs holds up front to Keogh. Keogh on the right side, and a reset of the offense with Keeter. And an offensive foul. Moving screen's going to be the call, and a turnover is going to give it back. They got Keogh on the push.
Yeah, Keogh coming off. You know, when Dowling's at their best is when he can penetrate and get the ball out to some of their shooters. They've really kept him in check so far through the first 5 minutes tonight. Not able to really become a threat going to the hole.
So we approach the 3-minute mark of the opening quarter. Hoover 11, Dowling Catholic 4. The tip-off Tuesday on 1460 KXNO and streaming video at CISN TV. Trent Condon and Andy Pollock with you.
Hoover really spread out offensively. They cover that entire end of the court.
Jackson works the tricky dribble, step up 3, got it again.
Such a quick release, really was Stillwell right in his face. You know, Jackson kind of lulled everybody to sleep and immediately goes from dribble to shot in the hoop, and so quick.
11 for Jackson, a 10-point lead for Hoover. In the corner, good catch down there on Stillwell. Against a double team, he gets it out. Open 3-pointer, top of the key. Missed that one badly, though, for Lynch.
3-pointers not falling so far for Dowling. I think everything seems to be on offense operating maybe a little bit quicker right now than what Dowling wants to normally do.
High screen, Austin against a double team. Trying to get through, he does. Drops it underneath. Reverse layup, no, but a foul. And Treadwell will go to the line for a pair.
You know, Austin's so quick off the dribble up here. Really, he dribbled through a trap, then went by the next guy, and by himself created a 3-on-1, 3-on-2 type fast break, starting at about the 10-foot line for volleyball. Just so quick, dribbling the ball around.
And Manny Austin, a very talented sophomore, one of the best sophomores here in the state of Iowa. Second on the team in scoring at 15.6 per contest. Treadwell can't get the first free throw to fall. Treadwell also averaging double figures. He's at 13 per contest. 3 scores in double figures for the Hoover Huskies this year. Treadwell, a 78% foul shooter, has one more, looking to extend a 10-point lead, 14-4.
Treadwell, the tallest player of the rotation for Hoover, but you wouldn't know it. They're all in that 6'1 to 6'3 type range, spread out the whole court. Really a 5-guard lineup is what they play with out there.
Jacob Cohn going to come in for substitution for the Huskies. Cohn, a junior. And inside, a good look, but blocked from behind by Adam Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson snuck in there. And Lynch thought he had an easy lay-in as he got the first man up in the air with a pump fake. He got Cohn up in the air with a pump fake, and then, yeah, like you said, Jackson able to come through and knock it out of bounds.
Timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. Will be back in 30. 15-4 lead for Hoover over Dowling Catholic with 1:54 to go. Back with more in a moment.
Build your business.
Is this guy a contractor who does good work or a contractor who needs work? For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century. When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited, see its grade on customer service, and read honest, useful reviews from local people. For online recommendations you can trust, start with trust at bbb.org/Iowa.
Quick look inside for Dowling. Can't get it to go, but it'll be 2 free throws for Jack Lyman. Searching for answers here, this Dowling offense. That's a good place to start at the free throw line, Andy.
Yeah, they've had some nice looks on inbounds plays underneath their own basket. That's probably been their best offense really so far.
First free throw finds the mark for Lyman. He has one more. Jack Lyman averages 4.7 points per contest. Just a 44% free throw shooter. One of those guys working his way right from the football field here onto the hardwood. And he makes it 2 for 2.
Yeah, Lyman going back a couple months, a couple huge catches throughout the playoffs to keep Dowling's playoff streak alive. Very talented wide receiver.
15-6 after the made free throws, and now Dowling Catholic going to apply some full court pressure. Maroon's able to check that. Huskies able to beat it. Manny Austin in the front court against a double team, goes cross court over to Kenny Quinn. Quinn to Treadwell in the corner. 2 dribbles and a reset of the offense. It's Adam Jackson up front between the circles. He works the yo-yo dribble. 90 seconds to play in the opening quarter. And another 3 opportunity. This one partially deflected up front, though, but an offensive rebound for Kenny Quinn and Hoover.
Kenny Quinn, the first one to recognize that it was blocked a little bit, and no one else really saw it underneath the basket. He hauled it away.
Jackson came in shooting just 21% for 3. Has it stolen away by Keogh on the run out. He finishes with the right hand.
That started with a defense up top of Stillwell. He tipped it away. Keogh was the one that came away with the steal.
Crossover, everything but the finish for Treadwell, as the student section for Hoover, they're on their feet.
Yeah, left the defender on the ground basically where they wasn't able to finish. That's what makes a special player. You can finish that one. This place, the student section goes through the roof there.
And a foul on the other end on Treadwell. They got him for his first. Hoover side certainly disagreed with that. Kenny Quinn, the senior point guard, has a conversation about it with the official.
Hoover's gone a little bit cool here now from three-point. They haven't really got the shots that they were getting earlier on.
Matt Stillwell misses the first free throw, a 74% foul shooter. Came in 14-19 from the charity stripe. Can't find the mark on the first. He has one more. And as he eyes it, flies it, and gets it. 5 points for Matt Stillwell. And now 5 consecutive out of Dowling Catholic. They're back within 6 with 55 seconds left in the first.
Dowling really a man-to-man press. Not the type of press that you see a whole lot. Ken Hoover, no problems with it.
Into the front court, Austin nearly lost it out of bounds in the corner.
Yeah, Lynch snuck up behind him as he reached half court.
As Quinn works the point, gets it to Cohn up front. Back to Quinn, and Courtney Henderson tells his squad, let's take the air out of the basketball here, play for one final shot. Another substitution for the Huskies. That's Jonathan Beverly, a freshman, getting some run for Hoover. Drive inside Austin, can't get it to go, but he's fouled. And a couple of free throws coming for Manny Austin.
Not sure. I think they got Lynch for behind there. Yeah, they did. I was going to say, I thought it was definitely Riggs that got the block. Lynch gave him a little shove from behind.
A little extra there.
That's one of the things Dowling, they've got that rim protector in Riggs right there. You can kind of overplay things on the perimeter to take away that three-point shot.
23.5 seconds left, and the first free throw finds the mark for Manny Austin. His first points of the night. Mentioned he came in averaging 15.6 a contest. A 66% free throw shooter, has one more. Lanky sophomore with the flowing locks makes it 2 for 2.
And he's a long body out there too, isn't he?
Good frame to him. He's going to be a fun player to watch here over the next 3 seasons for Hoover. Down to 15 seconds. Now Dowling get a hold for the final shot. Down by 8, 17-9. Hill with the crossover dribble, hands it off to Stillwell. Stillwell off the screen, between the legs, looking for a little bit of room against Quinn. Good defense there. Here's a jumper from Riggs. That went off the mark. Put up at the horn, but not in time. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Hoover 17, Dowling Catholic 9. We get the timeout. Back with more high school basketball on 1460 KXNO.
It was our first concert, so we went.
Another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
Got it, Andy Pollock back with you. Dowling Catholic High School. It's Hoover with the lead on the road. 17-9 boys basketball action with you. 1460 KXNO. Riggs with a high post feed underneath. Had it blocked away. Hosa Treadwell, but a steal back the other way. Jack Keogh gets the steal for Dowling. Back and forth we go. A couple of turnovers the first 15 seconds of the second quarter.
Yeah, Hoover comes out in really aggressive trapping half-court defense. Got the pace picked up for a moment.
There's a look inside, trying to get it to Riggs. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Lovelace of Hoover.
Riggs with a left-handed baby hook. Think he lost it a little bit going up. Oh, there's good defense.
Manny Austin trying to go baseline, but that was thwarted by the Dowling D. Hoover looking to build on an 8-point lead. 7:10 left in the second quarter. Lovelace goes over to Adam Jackson. Jackson, a big first quarter. He had 11. On the drive, and we got contact underneath. Offensive foul. They got Jackson with the shove through.
Yeah, Jackson beat his initial defender. It was Riggs. He went by up at the top of the key. As he was going into the lane, it was Lyman able to sneak right in there. Never got the shot off. Lyman cut him off, and a good call by the official.
Minute gone by in the second quarter. Hoover by 8. Half-court pressure. And nearly a steal. Riggs dumps it underneath. Reverse layup. Good. Matt Stillwell's got 7.
An almost identical press break, almost identical play to what happened before. That time Stillwell able to finish it at the hoop.
Kenny Quinn running the offense on the right side. Here's Treadwell on the drive, cut off. Reset, Kenny Quinn. 35 feet from the rim, he'll go to the high post. And Lovelace, right side Treadwell, off the screen. Works the dribble, in the lane, pump fakes, now looks back, and resets the offense with Austin.
Yeah, Hoover spread out all over the place right now, trying to isolate. Here's a good matchup.
Austin again, try to get going. Keogh's played great defense on him. And they'll reset now with Adam Jackson.
You got some jawing right now going on out there. The officials warning Keogh and Austin.
Pull-up jumper. Here's Jackson off the mark. And the rebound for the Maroons. On the push ahead, Daniel picks up his dribble, looking for help, gets it to Keogh. Keogh now sets up the offense as he works up front. Off a couple of screens, he'll go to the left side. With it is Daniel. Daniel on the drive, goes baseline. Help gets there, but too late. And the finish for Drew Daniel.
You know, I think Austin thought he had help coming along the baseline. It never showed up, and that's Daniel was able to drop it into the hole.
And a turnover as Kenny Quinn got going too fast. It'll go right back to the Maroons as they run off 4 straight, trailing by 4.
Yeah, nice spark out there from Drew Daniel. He was playing defense along the far sideline. Didn't really give anywhere for the ball to go by his defense.
5:23 left in the second quarter. Clock in with Dowling in the basketball, down by 4. Looking inside, Riggs, nice outside look. Stillwell lost his footing, kept the dribble. Goes to Keogh up front. From the top of the key, Keogh holds. Looks for a high screen from Riggs, gets it, turns the corner, but an offensive foul.
Yeah, they call it an offensive foul. It's called a moving screen on Riggs, and just a little bit of an extra knee as he tried to set that screen. Moved along with him just a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't squared up. It was interesting to watch the defense right there. When Keogh looked like he was going to drive, it was Jackson got right up on him. I mean, he was right in his grill to make sure that there was no room there's no room for him to get around that screen.
5th team foul against Dowling. Hoover with the same 5. 5:05 to play in the second. 17-13 Hoover. 4-0 run to begin the quarter, though, out of Dowling Catholic. Here's a look inside. Treadwell. Everything but the finish again as he back ironed that one. And the rebound for the Maroons. They bring it up into the front court. And a reset of the offense just in the game. Michael Keogh. He's out there along with Nick Bruno. Take it away, though. Good defense by the Huskies. Beverly, the freshman, on the steal. And Treadwell goes to Quinn, left side. Quinn cross court to Treadwell, top of the key. Jackson had a good look, instead goes to Quinn for 3. Ring it up, Kenny Quinn with the second triple for his evening.
That good rotation on the part of the Huskies. Got the basketball bouncing all around, and we're able to get a wide open 3-point look.
Turnover back on the other end, gives it right back to Hoover. Well, Kenny Quinn came in shooting 29% from 3. He's got 2. Adam Jackson came in shooting 21%. He's got 3 3-pointers.
They hit a couple of them early on. They sure don't lack the confidence now to take that shot.
Here's Jackson on the drive with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Gets the offensive rebound, though, amongst the trees. He throws it up again. This time it is a rebound by Luke Caban.
Caban in there right now for Riggs. Riggs got his second foul there at the end of the last possession on the moving screen.
Here's a 3-pointer for Bruno, in and out. Nice look for Bruno, just can't finish. Jackson tries baseline. Goes up, blocked from behind, but a foul. It'll be 2 free throws.
They're going to get Caban for that one. He came over just a little bit late coming over. Jackson went into the land of trees right there. He had 3 bigs all around and was able to draw the foul.
Luke Caban, 6'6", 240 pounds, big man in the middle. And it'll be 2 free throws as the first one left short by Adam Jackson. Jackson shoots 73%. And after that hot start, he has cooled down considerably.
Yeah, Hoover just with 3 points now over halfway through the second quarter. They are doing a great job on the defensive end, though. They've not really allowed Dowling to get back into things right now.
Jackson rattles in the second as he splits the pair. 21-13, the lead is 8 for the Huskies.
Another 3-quarter court press for the Huskies.
Keogh able to beat it, though, for the Maroons as he runs the offense up front. off the screen. Drive inside. Ball was loose for a moment. I think they're going to get a bump, though, maybe against Jackson. It will.
Yeah, I think they missed maybe the initial foul on Beverly. That's kind of what knocked Stillwell around a little bit, and then coming through Jackson. Jackson was kind of the second man coming in, and he was the one that got whistled.
Drew Keeter into the game. Getting some run here for Coach O'Connor's squad in his 13th season on in the Dowling Catholic Maroons boys basketball program. There's a drive inside. Stillwell can't get it to go. And a nice strong rebound again by Beverly.
I didn't see a couple hands knock that ball away from him as he was going up. Hung in the air a long time, but not able to finish. His ball was tipped away.
As we hit the 3-minute mark of the first half, Hoover by 8 and the basketball.
This is more the tempo of game I was expecting the second quarter as teams have settled in.
Treadwell, he'll try a three, rattled out, no good. Offensive rebound again for Hoover, and again, that was Loveless. And a timeout back behind it. Full timeout on the floor with 2:43 left in the first half. It's Hoover 21, Dowling Catholic 13. Back with more high school basketball on 1460 KXNO and CISN TV.
hopelawfirm.com.
Got it, Andy Pollock back with you in West Des Moines. Dowling Catholic High School. Hoover on the road with an 8-point lead. Here's a three-pointer, that one off the mark for Beverly. And Dowling Catholic gets the rebound. Going to cut into this deficit. We're down by 8 after the first quarter. Got it as close as 4. 4 quick the other way. Here's the finish inside for Stillwell.
Yeah, Stillwell, good body control to get around Beverly. He kind of caught him, thought he was going to find himself too far under the basket, but he was able to get control and get it up and in.
He's got 9 of the 15 points for the Maroons. They're back within 6, 21-15. 2 minutes left in the first half. On the right side, Treadwell gets a high screen. Looks to turn the corner. Goes in, scoop shot, no. And a big rebound. Good work underneath by Daniel.
Yeah, he was able to get that around Riggs. Riggs a lot taller.
Here's Stillwell on the drive and the finish. Matt Stillwell continues his hot start. He's got 11, and we're back to a 4-point game again.
Yeah, Stillwell real quick off the dribble right now, and now he's finished on a couple of those. It sure made it much more of a game right now for the Maroons.
90 seconds left in the first half. Here's Treadwell.
And Hoover, constant ball screens. They're trying to create the mismatch they want. I mean, right now they've got Riggs out covering the point guard up at the top of the key.
And he gets a pull-up jumper out of it. Pure bucket for Treadwell. His first bucket of the night. He's got 3 points, and it's a 6-point Hoover lead.
Yeah, Treadwell just needs a little bit of space, and he's able to get that ball up in a hurry. Riggs doesn't want to get too close because he's giving up in quickness right now what he gains in height.
On the drive, Stillwell, who's got 11, goes up, got the roll and the foul.
Man, Stillwell right there. Lost the ball about the free throw line, able to gather it back in, and somehow was able to sneak it up. Didn't use the glass. He had some English on it, was able to just go off the back iron just soft enough and was able to battle through the contact and knock it in.
He's got 13 of the 19, and his Maroons back within 4. He'll have a chance to complete the 3-point play here. Matt Stillwell, a 73% free throw shooter as he toes the line. And completes the 3-point play. Make it 14 tonight. 50 seconds left in the first half.
Still well above his season average so far. He only averages 9 per game, and you said 14 right now, correct? In the game, it's all on penetration. He's able to finish, goes so hard to the hole, and able to finish with a nice soft touch.
Well, as we let the final 51 seconds down to 30 now tick away, of course, no shot clock in high school basketball. Something I certainly would like to see change.
This is going to be a 49-second possession right here for Hoover. And that's how you see most teams play it.
Get inside that final minute, play for one. Limit the possessions as Treadwell dribbles it down, now 8. He's got to go, he gets a screen. Step up, 22-footer. You bet. Treadwell with the triple. A big end for the senior. And a 6-point lead at the half for the Hoover Huskies. Hoover 26, Dowling Catholic 20 here at the half. And that flourish out of Treadwell, big there to end the half, Andy.
The net didn't even move. He was about 6 feet behind the three-point line. Treadwell thought he was going to look to drive and create something, and so quick from dribble to shot. And like I said, that net, I didn't even know for sure if it went in because the net moved so little as it went by.
6 first half three-pointers for the Hoover Huskies, and they lead it by 6, 26-20 over Dowling Catholic. We'll get a timeout here. Coming up at the half, we'll take a look at some scores from across the state, across college basketball with it, and some more thoughts on the second half coming up again at the half. It's Hoover 26, Dowling Catholic 20, as we come back with more on 1460 KXNO and streaming video at CISN.TV.
It takes more than a great price and great selection to continue to grow every year. We believe the reason is our core values. Hard work, we work hard for you. Integrity, it's not optional, it's required. We build trusting relationships and don't run when the problems arise. We're always improving the customer experience. It's been the Schottenkirk way for over 50 years. Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Waukee, and the all-new Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola.
Stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Who does good work or a contractor who needs work. For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century. When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited, see its grade on customer service, and read honest, useful reviews from local people. For online recommendations you can trust, start with trust at bbb.org/Iowa.
Hometown clothing store, the one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
8866 or visit us on the web at wolfconstruction.net. We're a roofing machine.
Troy Condon alongside Andy Pollock back with you. Dowling Catholic High School set at tonight's tip-off Tuesday on 1460 KXNO. Game one in the girls' side went to the homestanding Maroons as they ran past Hoover 67-23. Here in game number two, Hoover leading it on the boys' side of things 26-20 at the half, Andy. Fun action here in the first half of this one, and some great shooting from the Huskies.
Yeah, it really was. It slowed down a little bit in the second quarter. They only scored 9 points in the second quarter, but man, early on in that first quarter, they were on fire, and they got some good looks. They really create some mismatch issues right now for Dowling with how quick they are up front. They really were able to draw Dowling's bigs out of the inside with some on-ball screens and constant switching that Dowling has. They were able to draw them out, and then you have to play off quite a ways when you're giving up that quickness, and then able to hit some three-point shots. Like I mentioned before, so quick, dribble, and that release comes so quick and silky smooth as they were able to hit a couple of them.
Let's bring you some finals from across the area in the CIML in girls basketball. We told you about the Dowling victory we brought you earlier in the evening. Their crosstown rivals, the West Des Moines Valley Tigers, got a win tonight over Des Moines East 67-46. It was Centennial all over Marshalltown tonight, 70-19. And a checkup at the half, Ankeny girls lead Ottumwa 26-18. Well, the big one on the college front here in the state of Iowa.
We can stop right there. You don't have to go any further.
I don't think you want me to mention it. It's on the DVR. Should I watch it when I get home tonight? Baylor knocks off Iowa State after that big victory, 73-70.
The Waco curse continues. I don't know how many years they're up to right now, but the Cyclones just cannot win in Baylor.
The matchup zone caused some problems tonight, and I got some late night viewing to get ready for tomorrow here on 1460 KXNO. Myself and Ken Miller with you from 10 until noon each and every weekday. Mariel Shayak had 19 in the loss. Lindell Wigington with 11 off the bench. But Iowa State drops one on the road at Baylor in conference play. Some more finals in college basketball. Ranked teams, Villanova did come back and beat St. John's this evening, 76-71. It was Duke all over Wake Forest, 87-65. Tennessee blows past Missouri, and Kentucky outlasts Texas A&M, 85-74. More scores from the state of Iowa. How about Drake all over Southern Illinois? They lead SIU in the second half, 59-40. UNI trails in the second half. Their matchup on the road at Illinois State. Redbirds 49, Panthers 39 in that one. Here it's Hoover 26, Dowling Catholic 20, and our tip-off Tuesday. Andy, if you're Dowling Catholic, what's Mike O'Connor talking with this squad about here in the locker room?
I think right now in the second half as you go into it, offensively they've been able to do some really good things. Stillwell, especially coming off the screens at the top of the key, is able to get himself to the hole, and he's finishing. They're going to have to hit a couple of those three-point shots that aren't fouling so far. On the defensive end, maybe consider not switching so much on the screens. I think it's allowing Hoover to get some of the matchups that they would like to have offensively.
Waukee with the big lead in their matchup this evening, 23-9 at last check there over Lincoln. That's a boys game happening right now.
I believe that's Dowling's next opponent, I believe, is Waukee, I think, is who they have.
And the Warriors are playing some really good basketball, real good group out there. And the depth, well, we talked about the depth on the girls' side, certainly a lot of depth on the boys' side, too.
For sure. It's, again, one of those, there's a lot of teams, Ankeny, the number 2 team in the state, going into last week, and then they lose 3 in a row. So that just tells, there's a lot of, Urbandale takes them. Urbandale is a team that can sneak up on anybody. Dowling beats them. There's just a lot of parity out there right now.
Well, we'll take our final break here at the half again. Hoover 26, Dowling Catholic 20. We're about 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. Back with you in 90 seconds with more high school basketball on 1460 KXNO.
Here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
For the ultimate one-of-a-kind game day experience, make a stop at the other place. The game is on and drinks are cold with game day specials for every fan. Serving Iowa's best pizza since 1970, it's the place for the whole family. With a mouth-watering menu and state-of-the-art audio-video system, make the OP one of the most exciting destinations for sporting events viewing. The Other Place, American Sports Grill and Pizzeria. Join in on this Iowa tradition, serving the Midwest since 1970.
Check out it, Andy Pollock back with you, Dowling Catholic and Des Moines Hoover. Good one here, 26-20 on the boys' side of things as we get ready to start the second half. Well, a big first half on both sides for Hoover. There was 12 points out of Adam Jackson, 3 3-pointers. Part of those 12 points for Dowling Catholic, they were led by Matt Stillwell, who put up 14 in the first half.
Yeah, if Hoover keeps shooting the three-pointer the way they have, and again, they've got some great looks. They share the ball very well. You know, they some penetration, kick it out, swing the ball around. They get some open looks off it. They've really been very unchallenged so far, and they've made Dowling pay for it.
Hoover will begin the second half with the basketball. It is the same starting five: Quinn, Jackson, Treadwell, Austin, and Lovelace on the floor. Jackson gets a double team, gets it away to Treadwell. Treadwell left wing extended. Back up front to Jackson. He looks for a high screen, and he gets it from Lovelace. Inside ball, deflected away, stolen away by Keogh.
I think Lyman tipped it out of there.
Feed underneath, goes to Stillwell, this time too strong, and Austin skies for the rebound. Quickly ahead, Jackson thought about the three instead. Looks to drive baseline, back behind the back and get the three. Had the defender fooled, but couldn't finish with the jumper.
About knocked Lyman over with his dribbling there. The step back three was in and out.
Here's Keogh setting up the offense for Dowling Catholic. Gets it ahead to Lyman. Lyman looking into post to Riggs. Gets a double team, he gets it out. Keogh, he'll try a triple. Ring it up. Three-pointer Jack Keogh finds his way into the book with that one in the second half. Second field goal, he's got 5. And it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, Keogh really a set shot in rhythm, not really a shot I'd expect him to take right there. And I don't think that Quinn expected him to take it either. He let him hear about it after he made it as well.
Left side, and Manny Austin goes behind the back, now crosses over his dribble, spins in the lane, and had it tipped and stolen away. Here's Stillwell on the run out, one-on-one. He finishes with the right hand, and he's got something to say.
Yeah, Stillwell got warned pretty heavily after the bucket there, too.
Stillwell, 16 points tonight.
A lot of jawing out there on the court.
5 straight to begin the second half for the Maroons. They're back within 1, as close as they've been since the early portions of this basketball game. On the right,
them in transition.
There's Treadwell looking to turn the corner, out to the corner. There's a 3 for Austin, missed everything. Ball loose underneath. 4 Maroons and 1 Husky. And Riggs comes up with it. Chucks it ahead to Keogh. Keogh on the drive to the corner. On the drive, Lyman can't get it. Left it short. Ball still loose. And Lyman comes up with it for Dowling Catholic.
Dowling winning a lot of loose ball situations so far in this second half. They've come out a lot more fired up than they look to get started today.
Here's Riggs against a double team. Gets it out. Open 3. Keogh off the mark. Rebounded for the Huskies. That's Lovelace on the board.
Almost an identical look to what Keogh had just a couple seconds ago.
Lovelace nearly lost the dribble, gets it back to Treadwell. Treadwell up front into the corner. Here's a drive for Austin. And we got a hold before he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Keogh was trying to use that baseline as the second defender on Austin as he went down. Just didn't force him quite far enough under the hoop. Austin able to battle himself back in towards the lane and drew the foul on Keogh. Is that his third? Is that what we have that for right now? Is that right? Second, okay.
Here's Jackson into the corner on the drive. Kenny Quinn, high off the window, no, but a foul, and he'll get a pair.
Quinn just about able to get that one to fall. That was, you can't get much higher on the glass without it going out of bounds. Acrobatic move in the lane by Kenny Quinn.
Not the tallest guy out there, maybe 5'9", but he has been a high-level player now for 3 years for the Huskies as he makes the first free throw and has one more.
I'm not sure how he got that ball up there because Keogh wasn't the only one who fouled him. He got fouled by a couple different guys as he went into the lane.
Made free throw extends the lead to 2. One more coming for Kenny Quinn. Can't get the second, though, and the rebound brought in by the Dowling Catholic Maroons, Drew Daniel.
I've liked the play of Daniel tonight. I haven't seen him play a whole lot this year, but the youngster has really done a lot, not necessarily stuff that's going to show up in the scorebook.
Here's Stilwell on the drive again. A foul. They're going to get Jackson on the hold.
A long ways away from the basket, Jackson. That's not the type of foul he wants to get. Just gets his hand a little bit too involved, and that's a huge one right there. Huge foul.
Stillwell has done pretty much all of his work on the drive. That's the 4th foul now on Adam Jackson, who led the way with 12 first-half points, and he's going to sit for a while. Here's a look inside. Had a block cone, and a block shot for Hoover. Huskies on the run. Tip from behind, kept alive for Austin, and now the Huskies going to slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, it's in Hoover's best interest right now, especially with Jackson out of the game, to really turn this into a defensive battle for the rest of these 12 and a half minutes.
Hoover 27, Dowling 25. Austin on the drive, runner, can't get it to go, but a blocking foul. 2 free throws coming for the sophomore Manny Austin.
You know, no doubt right there that Lyman was set, but Austin at the last second was able to shift his body around. It wasn't full contact. It really ended up being hip to shoulder as he was up in the air. So set, but not the full contact that you expect to see on a charging call.
So Austin will step to the free throw line. First free throw, that one no good. And he has another. Manny Austin, 66% on the year from the free throw line. Flips the second in. Just 3 points tonight for Austin. He came in averaging 15.6. Three-quarter court pressure, but quickly broken by Dowling. Cone with another block shot for the Huskies. Look ahead to Austin. Threw it out of bounds off the shoulder of Lyman.
Yeah, they actually said
hit Austin back.
No, actually they said he had landed before he threw it back off, and he was in the air for a long time. But yeah, the official right there signaling something down there. I'm not sure what he was saying, but he eventually pointed the ball to Dowling. So I'm pretty sure Austin had landed on the ground before he threw it back off Lyman.
There's that 2-1-2 three-quarter court pressure being applied. Stillwell able to break it into the front court for the Maroons. Halfway through the third, ball stolen by Quinn, and we'll get a turnover. Set a walk against Keogh. He can't believe the call.
Yeah, Quinn able to get his hand in there and kind of rip that ball away. Might have got a little hand, but that was very disruptive, causing the travel on Keogh.
Well, I think the official blew the whistle and then realized it was clean and got to call something.
Yep,
call travel.
Let it go.
Quinn runs the offense for Hoover in a 3-point lead, 28-25, and we got a push up front against the Dowling Catholic Maroons, Andrew Lynch. That's the third against Lynch, and team foul number 4 now against Dowling.
Yeah, Lynch spent a lot of time on the bench in the first half too. Got in 2 quick fouls. You know, some things he's done on the offensive end. He can be a lot more aggressive out there. He's one of the bigger bodies on the court right now, playing kind of timid. And he that time, you know, you don't want to get one of your bigger bodies a foul 25 feet away from the basket off the ball. that's what the situation was there.
A stack look running for Hoover.
Set play here. Everyone's confused. They're going to get this. Yep, not going to use that one anymore.
Courtney says, let's find something else.
Everyone looked around. No one quite knew what was going on. Decided to go to a different play. Audible.
Jacob Cohn, the junior, he's out front, sets his screen. He's done a nice job defensively off the bench for Hoover. Treadwell on the blow-by, looking for help. Finds in Quinn for 3. No good, and the rebound for Caban. And then a foul against Austin.
Yeah, Austin, you know, not a foul they need to get in that situation. The rebound was already cleared. Thought he could get away with one more hack to try to steal it away late from Cavan. Got whistled for the foul.
Second team foul against Hoover here in the second half. That's the first whistled here tonight against Manny Austin. Just over 3 minutes to play, a 3-point game, 28-25. Hoover by 3 over Dowling. Inside look, Caban, turnaround off the glass, no good. Oh, how did that stay out?
It's a good look. It stayed on the rim for a long time, just never quite fell in.
Here's Austin on the drive, throws it up with the left hand. Ball tipped back and rebounded by Keogh of Dowling.
You know, I got to give these officials a great, I'll finish this out in a second here. The officials have done a great job tonight of, it's been a physical game, but they've let it develop and haven't really disrupted the flow of the game. It's had a real nice flow to it. And a game like this, you could really see how it could get ugly. A lot of physicality, but they've done a nice job, kept things under control, and kept the game flowing along. It's been a fun game.
Well, one thing both Coach O'Connor for Dowling Catholic and Coach Henderson of Hoover said to me, a lot of respect on both sides. They know they play very similar styles, very physical basketball teams. Two guys that respect the way that they run each other's programs and have done great jobs. You talk about guys that are leaders of men and molding these youngsters into great people. You say the same thing, I think, for both sides, certainly in their long careers. Here's Treadwell for three, off the mark, and a rebound from back behind. Getting the tip, Drew Daniel.
Yeah, Cohn had position right there, but it was just a situation where Daniel, just a lot taller, able to reach up and not violate that principle of verticality.
There's Michael Keogh back into the game. His second look, cut off on the drive. He'll get it back on the return pass from Daniel. Now they go to the right side with it, Keeter.
Dowling real patient, running their offense a long ways away from the basket right now.
There's Keogh, cut off again. Daniel on the drive, pulls up at the block, look to drop it underneath. Ball still loose. Who's going to come up with it? It's Hoover.
Yeah, great defense by the Huskies.
Kenny Quinn on the steal. Crossovers, Treadwell, left hand, no. Tipped out of there by Kavan. Good defense by the Maroons. The big man off the bench giving some good minutes to Coach O'Connor's squad.
Did a nice job keeping his body away and able to reach up and get a tip on it.
And we're going to get a hold underneath. Looks like Cohn on the push.
Cohn looked at the official right away and said, yep, I did it, and then immediately hands to knees, because I think everybody just needs a quick breather out there. For not much scoring, we've had a torrid pace here over the last couple minutes.
Both teams locked in defensively tonight. 28-25 Hoover. Still by 3 with 88 seconds left, and we're going to get a timeout. Dowling Catholic going to talk things over. 28-25 Hoover by 3 as we continue back with more in a moment on 1460 KXNO and CISN TV.
This week, you'll find great deals at Walgreens.
Ford Indianola. All vehicles are tagged with one low price. New bonus tagged 18 Ford F-150s up to $14,000 off MSRP. Your choice. Up to $8,500 off MSRP. New 18 Ford Explorer and new 18 Ford Edge. Year-end tag event in Indianola, including thousands under retail value on Schottenkirk certified pre-owned vehicles. Hurry in for best selection. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Tricott and Andy Pollock back with you in Dowling Catholic High School, West Des Moines. Instead of our tip-off Tuesday action, glad to have you aboard with us on CISN TV and 1460 KXNO. The debut of our high school play-by-play coverage. Starting up with basketball, got some wrestling on tap for you coming in the coming weeks. Of course, the state tournament just over a month away for wrestling and the state girls and boys basketball tournament. Here's a three-pointer from Stillwell. That went off the mark. Treadwell with the rebound for Hoover.
Good look, kind of a secondary inbounds play. They got a couple passes. They knew what they were setting up the entire time. Not a direct attempt to score off the inbounds, but got a couple looks off it.
Just over a minute left in the third quarter. Hoover working on a three-point lead. It has been a slugfest throughout. Drive inside, looking, and take it away. Stillwell with the steal, the throw ahead to Keogh, off the window and in.
I'm not sure how Keogh was able to corral that ball back in transition. Looked like Stillwell led him too far, but Keogh got it in and somehow put it up before he traveled.
That's Michael Keogh with the finish, and it's a one-point game. 28-27 Hoover, led by 6 at the half. It's down to 1 here. Down to 30 seconds. Treadwell looking to run some clock.
There's about 51 seconds left when Dowling made that shot. We're going to get another one of those, oh boy, if we had a shot clock in high school basketball moments here. Hoover was great in this situation at the end of the first half.
Treadwell got a big three to end things back at the end of the second quarter. Down to 7 on the clock. Alpha high screen. Treadwell again to Quinn for three. Got it. Big bucket to end the corner again. 3-pointers to end the second and third quarters. And the lead grows to 4. Hoover 31, Dowling Catholic 27. The fourth quarter is next on your home for high school sports. 1460 KXNO.
Is this guy a contractor who does good work or a contractor who needs work? For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century. When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited, see its grade on customer service, and read honest, useful reviews from local people. For online recommendations you can trust, start with trust at bbb.org/Iowa.
Sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather for the love of the game. Shields.
Fourth quarter, Hoover 31, Dowling 27. Tip-off Tuesday on 1460 KXNO. Trent Cott and Andy Pollack with you. And the ball taken away by Treadwell. And another possession for Hoover.
Yeah, Jackson got a hand on it to tip to him, and Jackson, we just haven't been able to call his name much tonight. He's been in foul trouble so much. Look to make his presence known right here now that he's back on the court.
Playing with those 4 fouls, leads Hoover with 12 points. All of them came in the first half.
Yeah, really very limited action for him.
31-27, it's a 4-point lead as we begin the fourth. Lead was 6. At the half, Jackson off the screen, works at the top of the key, back to Quinn, and you're going to see Hoover look for the very best of shots. Here's Austin, an offensive foul. They got Quinn on the moving screen.
Yeah, kind of the handoff as they were going through. Austin just kind of a little extra hip to knock off Stillwell for Dowling. That I'm going to go back about a minute or so, that three-pointer to end the half. I mean, just a great job by Hoover. Take 50 seconds to get her done. But Jacob Cohn just set up a screen on a low block. That's really what freed up Quinn to hit that three right before the end of the break.
Down by 4 with the basketball. Here's Dowling. Riggs against a double team. Got it out. Back a look inside. And they'll restart the offense. There's Daniel. Goes to the top to Keogh. Here's Stillwell on the drive. Crossover dribble. Penetrates off the window, left it short. And a run ahead. Here's Jackson. Goes up and finishes with the right hand. First bucket of the second half for Adam Jackson, and it's a 6-point lead for Hoover.
And really expected to see a few more of those opportunities for Hoover in this game, and to their credit, they've really been able to lead this game and take over this game in a half-court set, which I thought would be an advantage to Dowling tonight.
Keogh on the drive, left it strong, and the rebound for the Huskies, Jaden Lovelace.
Yeah, Keogh double clutched really when he didn't have to. Everybody backed off him in the lane. Ended up going way strong off the glass.
2 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Lovelace to Jackson, right side Treadwell. He works the yo-yo dribble to the front.
Dowling's going to have to extend their defense. I don't think Coach Henderson would have any problem dribbling out the next 5 minutes and 45 seconds of this game.
And Riggs is the one that is guarding right now Treadwell. Now takes him in, goes in against a double team, reverse layup, no. Stillwell with the rebound.
Who missed an opportunity for a run out.
Goes in with the left hand and finishes.
And then I become a liar, he dribbles through everybody and gets the layup anyway.
Stillwell, his big night continues. He's got 18, timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout, let's keep it right here. 33-29 our score. Hoover with the 4-point lead with 5:25 left. How about Stillwell?
What a night, huh?
Kid that hasn't been anything that he's just been doing, shooting the ball well. He's just been able to find his way to get to the rim.
And that's really what it's been, a really quick move. He's caught the ball with a full head of steam a lot, coming off that screen at the top of the key. And screens, handoffs, and able to get himself into his credit. He's been able to finish tonight in some situations, battling through a lot of contact to do it as well. And as we come out of this timeout right now, I think you're going to see Dowling extend their defense out because, Hoover such good ball handlers, so patient. Dowling's going to have to really try to create something on the defensive end of the court as they do come out in the press. But Hoover's so good at dribbling through this stuff. It's we'll see if that ends up, get Dowling a little bit uncomfortable doing something that they don't normally do a whole lot of.
2 timeouts left for Dowling Catholic, 3 still on the Hoover side of things. Team fouls, 5 against the Maroons, 4 against the Huskies, and there's that full court pressure that you mentioned. Hoover able to beat it, though, into the front court with Adam Jackson, and then a bump from behind against Stillwell.
Yeah, nice job by Adam Jackson. Stillwell coming up behind him. He saw him kind of just dribbled underneath him just a little bit as he came in, and just too much contact there for the official not to call it.
First foul, though, against Stillwell, team foul number 6, as Hoover will look to inbound, and Kenny Quinn all the way back, working against Keogh. Those guys have been playing hard against each other and talking against each other.
Letting everybody know, letting whoever they beat know each time.
And there's a foul against Riggs. That's his 4th and a chippy one. Coach O'Connor can't be happy about that.
Yeah, and Riggs really just not really a factor tonight with the foul trouble that he's been in. Spent a lot of time on the bench. I know he would have expected to have a lot bigger game out of him tonight, but Hoover did a really good job. The game plan, draw Riggs away from the basket, make him cover on the perimeter, and they've done a nice job with that.
1-1 for Cone, can't get the free throw. So a stop for all intents and purposes there for the Maroons with 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Down by 4. Here's Stillwell again. Looking to drive inside, and what's going to be the call? Travel.
That's the right call. The hand got in. I think it was Quinn, got a hand in there. Stillwell was coming through, got his hand on the ball. Just not able to, really disrupted his rhythm to go up to the basket.
Lovelace back in, the sophomore for Hoover, replacing Cone. 4-point game, 33-29. This has been pretty much what we expected, a defensive slugfest all the way in. Austin with the left hand and the foul. Wow, Manny Austin with the finish.
Yeah, once again, set up in there is Lyman. He's completely set, but as Austin comes in, right at the last second, he's able to turn. And again, hip to shoulder, just not square enough contact that you can call a charge. Excellent job by Austin in the air to shift his body positioning.
Austin's got 6, and now a chance at completing the 3-point play. He does.
Yeah, that's a huge 3-point play for Hoover. Big advantage right now. Hoover to lead by 7 in the 4th quarter. That's tough to overcome the way they play defense.
36-29, 4:35 left here in the 4th as Keogh brings it across the timeline. To the right side, Stillwell nearly taken away. Here's the drive inside for Lyman. Back iron, no. And we're going to get a reach-in and a foul against the Dowling Catholic Maroon, Andrew Lynch.
I think, is that going to be it for Lynch tonight, or is that 4 on him right now? Lyman going into the lane. You remember watching Curtis Stinson play, the Stinson floater he was so famous for. Lyman just not quite that touch off the back iron. A little more of that teardrop floater that Stinson was so good at.
For Lynch, that's his 4th. Team foul number 9. This will be the final 1-and-1 opportunity for Hoover. After this, they'll be in the double bonus.
Yeah, Hoover's going to get a lot of chances, I think, as this game goes on to up their free throw percentage.
Treadwell, a 78% free throw shooter, gets the first. Treadwell had a big end to the first half after Dowling had cut it down to 1 possession game. He hit a bucket and then a 3 right at the end of the half. 5 quick to extend that lead to 6 at the half time buzzer. Here he rolls in a pair from the foul line. And we got a timeout on the floor. 4:22 left in the 4th quarter. Hoover 38, Dowling Catholic 29. Back with more high school basketball on 1460 KXNO.
Build your business at CIML.
In Ankeny, words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
4:22 left in the fourth quarter. Hoover 38, Dowling Catholic 29. Trent Kahn and Andy Pollock back with you here this evening. So, Andy, well, Dowling certainly has got to get something going offensively. Here's Keogh on the drive and gets the finish there. There's a start.
That's a start right there. Yes, for sure. Big start right there. Keogh to go around the block attempt of Jackson, who, playing out there with 4 fouls. They still need a scoring out there, so 2 points right now, not enough to sacrifice not having Jackson on the court.
There's Lovelace with a handoff, gets it over to Treadwell against a double team, and what's going to be the call?
Timeout over here.
Got the timeout. Courtney Henderson uses the TO. 30-second timeout. Let's keep it right here. 3:44 left in the fourth quarter. Hoover 38, Dowling 31. Got to get some stops defensively, and that pressure, those double teams, maybe the way to do it.
Yeah, and Treadwell kind of retreated too much, got himself up too close to that mid-court line. Dowling, good job of collapsing on the trap, and very headsy timeout over here by Coach Henderson to get him out of that situation, because he was, you're protected from the officials by the bodies, and you could tell the Dowling defenders a lot of body trying to nudge him across over that half-court line.
38-31, Hoover by 7. 3:44 left in the fourth quarter. It's on the floor for the Huskies. Quinn, Jackson, Treadwell, Lovelace, and Austin, the 5 on the floor. Looking to run some clock here, and this is a Courtney Henderson special. 7-point lead on the road, and they would love to milk some clock. Sophomore Manny Austin on the drive through the lane. He got bumped. And it'll be 2 free throws. Double bonus time. That is the 10th team foul against the Maroons. And they got Keogh on the foul. That's number 4 against him.
Yeah, Keogh real aggressive, trying to get the steal, trying to create something here on defense. We joked last week when we saw we were going to have this game that it might be a first to 40 type situation, and I think we may have been dead on here tonight with this. I mean, and both coaches kind of alluded to that as well. Yeah. Expect a low-scoring slug one out here tonight, and didn't know if we would see that after the first quarter when Hoover put up 17, but then it got back into the defensive slugfest that you'd expect to see in this type of game with these two teams.
1 out of 2 that time down for Manny Austin, lead at 8. On the drive, Stillwell takes some contact, can't get the roll. Ball tipped back, kept alive, throws up the shot, and the foul. How about Jack Lyman?
Yeah, Jack Lyman catches off the rebound after Stillwell went through a lot of contact. Lyman catches it, flicks it up there again real quick, takes a shot to the arm to do it, and just like that, Dowling's got some life back in him. There's a big difference between being down 5 and being down 9 against this Hoover team right now.
Chance at the 3-point play for Jack Lyman. Just a 44% free throw shooter, limited duty, 4 of 9. Gets that one to go.
I know the math on that one now.
That's that AP math.
It is AP math, yeah.
39-34 after the made free throw. 5-point deficit. Dowling now looking for another stop. We've reached the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Kenny Quinn turns the corner into the corner. Had an open look, decided to pass it up as Adam Jackson.
That's that discipline that we talked about early on. I mean, that's a wide open look, but you've got the 5-point lead, 2:56 to play. They're not taking threes right now. They're only taking shots when they're about 5 feet from the rim.
2:56 left. As Hoover looks to milk the lead, they'll inbound from the sideline, gets it to the backcourt, and Quinn. It's a double team. He gets it to the front court, and Adam Jackson. Jackson, one of the better free throw shooters at 73% on the year. Reverse layup, dropped it underneath for Lovelace. He lost it on the way up, and it falls in. How about that finish for Jaden Lovelace?
He had the angle on it. Jackson did a great job creating the no-look pass underneath after he drove the baseline, but then Lovelace had just enough on it as he kind of a backward shot from 3 feet away right in the middle and able to just barely trickle it in.
Jaden Lovelace, his first bucket of the night, gets him into the score column, averages 2.7 per contest. Can't get the three-point play, though, as that one missed off the back iron. 41-34, it's a 7-point lead for Hoover. Dowling looking to cut into it. Here's Stillwell again on the drive, bullies his way in, left it short off the rim. Little frustration there for Stillwell.
Yeah, and the way you described it was perfect. Bullies his way in, a lot of contact, but just as much of it initiated by Stillwell as he goes into the lane.
Here's Jackson on the drive, gets into the lane, jump stops, drops it underneath.
Great ball movement. Great ball movement by the Huskies.
Eating that clock, 2:10 to go. There's a bump and a foul. They'll get Stillwell. So Stillwell, who has been a load offensively with 18 points tonight, he picks up his third foul now. It'll be 2 more free throws for Manny Austin.
Yeah, 14 of that was in the first half. The second half, Hoover's done a good job, really cut off his penetration, not allowed him to get to the hoop as much. And when he goes in, he draws a lot of attention.
Austin rattles in the first free throw. He's got one more, 8 points tonight for the sophomore under his season average of 15.6. But a couple of pure ones there. And the lead is 9, 43-34, and the ball thrown away. Keogh trying to find Daniel at the top of the key. He wasn't looking.
Yeah, they just a miscommunication right there, and a bad time right there for the Maroons to have a miscommunication, an unforced turnover, really.
2 minutes left with the clock in, 43-34, a 9-point lead for Hoover. Quinn brings it across the timeline, flips to Austin. Manny Austin, tricky dribbles against Lyman. Now yo-yos it back, crossover again. Looking to impress his fellow students. Back behind him, we got a bump on the drive. 2 more free throws for Austin.
Yeah, really, the Maroons have to get out and extend that defense right now if they want any chance to create the tempo necessary to get back in this game right now. Austin, they just kind of let him dribble out there, not unchallenged, but out there and too far off him really to force anything.
Another made free throw for Manny Austin, who's made a living at the line. He's into double figures now with 10. Just 1 bucket from the field.
Especially in this second half, he's done a really nice job running things. Now, like you said, the Courtney Henderson special of milking the clock with a lead at the end.
Made free throw. It's up to an 11-point lead, biggest of the night for Hoover, 45-34. Open three, Stillwell got it to go. Timeout on the floor. Dowling looking for the comeback. They trail by 8, 45-37 with 1:31 to play. Quick timeout here as we come back with more high school basketball on 1460 KXNO.
Other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza.
91 seconds left in regulation. Hoover 45, Dowling 37. Hoover in the double bonus here. Boy, it feels like you're going to have a comeback. It's got to be not just putting them on the line. You got to get a couple of steals down by 8.
Yeah, they're going to have to. In the way that the game's been called so far, there's going to be able to be some contact to go after those steals. But so far, Hoover's done a great job handling all the pressure Dowling can throw at them.
Huskies, they will take the ball in underneath the Dowling hoop. Full court pressure being applied by the Maroons. Quinn into the front court.
Hoover just a step ahead on everything they're doing here in this fourth quarter.
And again, Austin fouled, so it'll be 2 more free throws for the sophomore.
Keeler is first. Bonus 2 shots.
Keeler got hit with the foul. 1:21 to go here in this one. Well, Manny Austin certainly like the repartee he has. Good-looking prospect, a sophomore. I know Coach Henderson's very excited about his future with this program. Hoover looking to pick up win number 8 on the season, 7-3 coming in.
About 6'1" with some long arms out there. Really nice, smooth ball handler.
Second free throw hits the mark as he's up to 13 points tonight. 47-37. Gets a double team. Riggs gets it out. Keogh open three. Front iron no. And the rebound for Hoover. Quinn looks ahead to Jackson. Well, Adam Jackson really got things started for Hoover. Taken away by Lyman. Lyman on the give back. Step through and the layup.
Might have got away with a little bit of a travel right there for Daniel on the step through, but much needed bucket for Dowling.
47-39, 45 seconds left. Treadwell into the front court.
Nice job there.
Breaks the pressure all by himself without a pass. And now the bump and a giveaway by Daniel. There'll be 2 more free throws for Hoover.
I'd imagine Dowling going to call off the Dogs here pretty quick. That's an 8-point lead with 36 seconds left. There's a lot to overcome. I mean, even to take the lack of shot clock out of it right now. Not enough possessions really left in the game, especially the way Hoover handles the basketball.
First free throw for Treadwell. That one good. He's got one more. Beside Treadwell, a 79% free throw shooter this year. Coming into play tonight. Make it 2 for 2 for Treadwell. And it's back to double figures, 49-39. Here's the drive, Keogh on the blow pass. And a quick timeout with 29.9 seconds left. It'll be a full timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Hoover 49, Dowling 41. Back with more in a moment on 1460 KXNO and streaming the video at CISN.TV.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
During the year-end holiday tag event at Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, all vehicles are tagged with one low price. New bonus tagged 18 Ford F-150s up to $14,000 off MSRP. Your choice, up to $8,500 off MSRP.
Basketball coverage on 1460 KXNO. It's Hoover 49, Dowling Catholic 41. Certainly looking for that big steal.
Yeah, they're going to have to. They have to be real aggressive going after. You kind of got me off guard there. Did we just have a drunken, what would you do with the Drunken Sailor as our bumper music right there?
No, that was NFL Phil.
Oh, it was? Okay. That really caught me off guard.
No, I don't think I have that one.
Okay,
maybe I'll get it for you next time.
No, we don't need it at all. It just completely caught me off guard.
Foul, it'll be Treadwell back to the free throw line again for Hoover. 8-point lead as the foul whistled against Keogh, and that'll do it for him. Jack Keogh fouls out. As the first free throw, pure again for Treadwell.
Yeah, Hoover's been great as a team here in the fourth quarter with the game on the line. They struggled kind of through the first 3 quarters of finding the range on the free throws, but man, they've done a really nice job icing this game in the fourth.
Treadwell gets them both. There's a drive and a foul. Stillwell again out there working hard. He is kept Dowling in this game throughout with his play.
Yeah, he's been the bright spot right now, offensively right now for Dowling tonight. He's definitely been the bright spot. And a really nice slasher is probably the best way to describe him. Does a nice job getting to the basket that way.
Can't get the free throw though. Stillwell, a 73% free throw shooter. Cone will come in as he comes back in to the game for Manny Austin. 22.9 seconds left, a 10-point Hoover lead. 51-41, make it 51-42 after the made bucket by Stillwell. Hits the free throw there. Treadwell gets it into the corner to Quinn. Right back to Treadwell. against full court pressure. And a double bounce pass by Kenny Quinn. And they're going to let this thing drift away. The Hoover Huskies move to 8-3 on the season. They win it 51-42 over the Dowling Catholic Maroons. A road victory for Hoover. Dowling Catholic falls to 4-6 on the season. We'll take a timeout, come back on the other side, put a cap on things here from Dowling Catholic. Hoover with the win in game number 2, 51-42, as we come back with more in a moment on 1460 KXNO and streaming at CSN.TV.
Closing a great price and great selection to continue to grow every year. We believe the reason is our core values. Hard work, we work hard for you. Integrity, it's not optional, it's required. We build trusting relationships and don't run when the problems arise. We're always improving the customer experience. It's been the Schottenkirk way for over 50 years. Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Waukee, and the all-new Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
/IA-Urbandale.
Trey Cotton and Andy Pollock back with you one final time in West Des Moines. Dowling Catholic High School, a split for each side. Dowling Catholic girls take game number 1 of our doubleheader here in game 2. Goes the way of the Hoover Huskies. The boys win it 51-42 over at Dowling Catholic. Andy, your first look at this Hoover Husky squad, and really as advertised, though they're younger in some spots than normally I think Courtney Henderson likes, this is what Hoover basketball is all about.
Well, and especially early on, they were able to hit a couple three-point shots, three three-point shots right off the bat for things, and that really kind of changed the way I thought that Dowling defended them. Really forced the defense out quite a bit, and later on that led to Hoover being able to get to the bucket. So, yeah, that Hoover squad, they are talented ball handlers, disciplined on defense. I thought they really did some nice things defensively tonight. They give you a lot of different looks. I really thought that they had mixed it up, really kept Dowling out of sorts on the offensive end with what they were doing on defense, and able to be pretty disruptive with some of the quick hands that they have as well.
14 points to lead the way for Adam Jackson. All of them came in the first half of the ball game. Check that, 12 of his 14 came in the first half. Jackson, though, really got things started for them. Manny Austin then in the second half never was able, Dowling, to really get back into it after that lead extended to 7. Manny Austin was a big part of that.
Yeah, at the free throw line, he was really able to ice the game. Very smooth ball handler as well. I think Dowling had it down to 2 or 1 even right there at the beginning of the fourth quarter, but as Hoover was able to knock in their free throws, which I mentioned earlier, they struggled with that kind of throughout the game, and then really down the stretch, able to knock them all in, and that was really what iced the game in the final.
So as you look through here, the scoring, 3 players in double figures for Hoover, 14 apiece for Jackson and Austin, 12 points for Treadwell. Kenny Quinn also in double figures. He had 10, including 3 three-pointers, and the three-pointers to end both the second and third quarters. It was 23-20 right at the end of the half. Treadwell hit a 3 at the horn.
Both of those after long possessions, yes, too. 45
Both at about 51 seconds, I think it was.
Just really long possessions and really daggers, momentum killers, or anything Dowling had going. Both times were after Dowling had hit a shot, and then Hoover comes down and just so patient throughout. Not even really false movement, just able to really dribble it out, and then, hit the three-pointer. And that's just that brings you so much momentum going into the next quarter as well.
It was Treadwell to extend that lead to 6 at the end of the first half and the end of the third quarter. Quinn in a 1-point game extended the lead to 31-27, and they didn't look back as they win it 51-42. On the other side for Dowling Catholic in a losing effort, it was Matt Stillwell, 22 points to lead all scorers. There wasn't really much that he did from the outside. Did hit a late 3, but it was his ability to get to the rim.
Yeah, really, that's what kept Dowling in it on a night where you see their leading scorer, Riggs, just foul trouble. I don't think he scored at all tonight, did Riggs. So, yeah, the tallest guy on the court, but just, got some foul trouble early on. Drew a lot of attention when the ball got thrown into him, and without him scoring, still well able to pick up the slack a little bit there, but he was the bright spot offensively for Dowling tonight.
7 points also for Jack Keogh this evening for Dowling Catholic. 5 points out of Jack Lyman. Drew Daniel also with 4. He played a nice game, and I think a bright spot going forward. I really like the game that we saw from Daniel.
Yeah, did, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, did some things that aren't going to show up in the scorebook, kept some balls alive. I think the term is deflex that coaches like to use, a ball that maybe you don't gain possession from, but you disrupt the flow of an offense, and he was one of those guys, one of those young guys that Coach O'Connor talks about that, they had a late start getting into things, and, he keeps defining them as a work in progress right now, and I think we saw some of that work that needs to be done yet tonight.
With that, our final score, 51-42. Hoover picks up win number 8 of the year. They go to 8-3 on the season. For Dowling Catholic, they fall to 4-6, and after that upset win against Ankeny, it'll be back to the drawing board once again. Well, we'll be back with you on Friday night with more high school basketball coverage here on CISN.TV. No radio coverage on Friday, though. We'll be back on the radio side of things a week from tonight. Next Tuesday, our radio coverage continues. But we'll have you covered on Friday night. Lots of great Central Iowa games. And we have the full video streaming along with the audio call at CISN.TV. A big thank you to Pete Tarpey and the whole great crew. And, of course, a big thank you to you, Andy, for helping me out here this evening.
Silent salute on the air.
Good work out of you. Final scores for the final time. It was in Game 1, Dowling Catholic girls, a 67-23 win over Hoover in Game 2. The Huskies return the favor, 51-42 over the Dowling Catholic Maroons. For Andy Pollock, this is Trent Condon. Thanks, everybody out there, for listening to high school basketball coverage on 1460 KXNO and CISN.TV. We now send you back to regular programming already on progress on 1460 KXNO.